I'm in you and you're in me. Hey guys, welcome back to Me Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And we're feeling you up, but in a sensual, desireful way where your parents can watch and not get offended.
In a legal way.
Yeah. Because we got written permission to eat your spaghetti.
And your butt. Huh?
Yeah. What? Huh? Hey, tonight we're talking about spoilers. Boogeyman spoilers. The Boogeyman. The Baba Yaga.
Booger Man 2023.
Heck yeah. And don't you worry if you're like, I don't want those spoilers. We're only going to do that until 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then we're just going to do stuff to your butt for the rest of the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it goes. First, you get the business first, like a mullet. Business in the front and butt play in the back.
Yeah. Sounds good.
What mullets mean.
Dude, I've been watching, have you ever watched that power slap that Dana White is doing?
That's rough. Yeah,
I got it like it was a recommended video, and I started watching. I was like, I got addicted. I watched every episode. I was like, this is good shit. I'd seen it before, but of course Dana White took that shit and made it fucking legit. Like he made a sport out of it. Good for him.
I cannot believe that people do that though. It's crazy. It's like you see them and they're like signing up for CTE. You know, like it's like free lunch.
I think it's like metaphorically testing how big your schlong is against the other man. It's like, I have a fat, thick one, and I can take your little pussy ass slap.
I mean, is it? But it's shameful though, because it's like you get the most pain out of that, but also it's the most unrespected of the fighting sports.
I don't. Well, I mean, hats off to anybody that does it, but they call it fighting, but it's not. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's just like slapping. I mean, I know it's like these are big dudes and they're slapping hard. You can get knocked out by that, but it's just not. It's not the same equivalent to me as fighting. But yeah, anyway, there's rules and shit too. Like you can't it's like legit got this whole like rule system set up where the feet can't move, you can't torque, you can't pivot because it gives you too much power. It's fucking crazy. I was like, holy shit. It's like taking an old Viking game and making rules out of it. Back in the Viking days, they just slap the shit out of you if you disrespect them, and then you get them a mug of beer.
Yeah, no, dude. What they should do is someone should remake Over the Top, but do it with the slap game instead.
They do. I think they do that. They have a sport where it's arm wrestling.
No, I mean like do a movie like Over the Top, but have it be about power slap instead of arm wrestling. You know what I mean?
Man, I got to give credit to Dana White, dude. He saw something that immediately. You know how he was doing like the UFC. What is it called? The Fighter or whatever, where they all live together in a house and then they do eliminations so they can get a crack. I can't remember what it's called. But Ultimate Fighting Championship Fighter. Holy shit, you've got big balls. Season 1. He did he's doing the same thing with Power Slap. Exactly the same thing. It's every episode and it leads up to the finale between the finalists, and then they get a contract and they get like a shot at. I don't know if he's got a pro sport. I guess he does. I don't know. It's crazy, but good. I mean, dude, Dana White's innovative as fuck. You got to give it to him.
Well, I mean, it's the irony is deep with that one because like 3 weeks ago he got caught slapping his wife on TV. It's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna publish this.
I don't know. I don't know anything about what happened. Maybe he took inspiration from Power Slap and like he gets so into it. He was like, "Hey, honey, look what I learned today at work." That's all it was. I wasn't slapping her, officer. I was showing her what daddy does at work all day while she's sitting with her fucking feet up. No, I'm not angry.
Sorry, I took my work home with me today.
Did he get found guilty of that?
Stars do. Well, I don't think it was ever like went to jail because it's like his wife didn't prosecute him.
Okay, well, you might want to just.
There's like a party and everybody's like, don't. And like you see him on the rail.
Addendum, allegedly, you don't want to get sued by Dana White.
No, there's video of him doing it.
Well then you did it.
It's a fact. Yeah, no, he was like he went hard after it, and there was a whole thing where he was like, I swear no one's gonna believe this, but that's the first time that's happened. It's like, you ever feel alone in a crowded room?
All the time.
I smack my wife in crowded rooms. Not me, but him, But yeah, no, that power slap stuff is crazy, man. I feel bad though when I watch it. I just feel bad for the person who gets slapped too hard. It's like you showed up for the world's stupidest sport and you lost.
Some of them deserve it though. Like you could when they have you could see them in the house and shit, and they act like they're out like all. This one guy was all drunk and an asshole, and he got knocked down. I was like, that was good. I like that. That's good. That's an ending to the story that I wanted to happen. There's a story involved, and he got knocked out. And then the villain won in one of them. It was another guy that drank a lot, and he always started trouble in the house. And then he was going against this one dude who was, I don't remember his nickname. And this dude was all confident. And that guy, the drunk guy, knocked him the fuck out, was talking shit to him while he was trying to get up off the floor. I was
Are you allowed to do this sport drunk?
No, he was just drinking in the house and being belligerent when he was living with his
Oh, I
housemates,
gotcha.
and he had started a lot of shit with everybody else in the house. But one of his main rivals was his like a light heavy guy, like a light heavyweight, and it was the worst. Dude, he knocked that guy out that you thought was gonna like put it to right, knock this drunk asshole out, and he didn't. And then the bad guy, I guess, fucking talked shit to him while he was getting up off the floor.
I've got to tone down the violence in my life, to be honest with you, because I watched like one fighting video on like Twitter, like on your Twitter feed, like it pops up. It's like Fight Haven and like all these things like that, and they just show like it's like World Star, yeah, that's the one. And like, but like once you watch something on Twitter, like it gets inside of you and it knows what's happening and it fingers your butt, and then it's like, okay, I'm going to show you nothing but this. So I get caught because when you see it, you're not going to not watch a fight. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to not watch this girl get her top ripped off in a Waffle House fighting someone. Like you can't. But then I noticed that it was like every fucking 5 posts. It was like I'm watching another fight, and then that shit like seeps into your brain, and then like I felt like I was becoming like this awful person deep down inside. So I had to stop watching them. But there's some crazy ones out there, man. People do not mess around in the real world.
That's why I don't have Twitter, but I don't like go on anywhere. It's going to give me search recommendations. I just go on to worldstarhiphop.com and I watch all those violent ass fucking
you fucking seek it out.
I literally do for like one whole day. I was like in that bitch for 2.5 hours watching like violent ass fucking like jumpings, and like then I got more bold and I was like, I'm gonna watch this one. It was like guy pulls a knife and stabs him in the jugular, and I watched that shit and I was like, holy fuck. I felt like a priest lord of Pet Cemetery after I did that, like I was evil. And I was like, I literally died. I watched the man die, and I was like, oh. I was like, I should have watched that.
No, I know. I watched like a store clerk try to get robbed, and he like stabbed some dude like 8 times. And finally, I was like, you know what? This cannot be good for like my my emotional like well-being. I have to stop. Yeah, I got to get away from it. But I know what you mean. It's hard not to watch, because when you're in school, like everybody's like, oh shit, there's a fight. Like I will get out of school, hitch a ride, walk 7 miles and drive just to watch 2 fucking middle schoolers that can't fight at all fight each other. And now it's like you have a constant feed of it. It's hard to say no to. It really is. You know who else is hard to say no to is Sinister Creations, because they have a wonderful body, and they say, hey, you sexy mofos, what would you think would happen in a movie where John Kramer came across the lament configuration box from Hellraiser?
John Kramer.
Jigsaw,
you mean
right?
Jigsaw? I thought for some reason I was thinking of like fucking Kramer.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, he would just go off on a racist tirade against Cenobites. Well, he would be cool. I guess they could utilize it in some way, especially if he unlocked the box's potential and had some kind of deal worked out with the Cenobites in which he would bring them fresh souls. I mean, it does cross over into the territory, because John Kramer's whole motive is like he wants you to be thankful for your life, then therefore puts you through these gruesome tests to see how much you want to live. The Cenobites are kind of the same way, I guess. They're rewarding your own perverse nature, I suppose, but only the guilty. Well, no, if you open it up, you really are. You know what kind of sick bitch you are. You have to seek it out. They do have a lot of parallels, but I don't know. I think ultimately John Kramer's cancer ass would have a lot of time with like chains and bolts up his asshole. I don't think it's going to work out in his favor if he contacts the Cenobites. They rarely do deals. I mean, they did it one with Kirsty, but Kirsty was smart in how she played him.
Yeah, he's like, for years you've been sticking these chains up my butthole. Today I'll show you. And they're like, shut the fuck up.
And then Pinhead was like, chains. How dare you use that word?
Yeah, that would be crazy though. Like that's a way to do a spinoff. Like I'd like to see all the horror people get like get lament configuration boxed or whatever you call it. He's like, this could be my newest. He's like, his wife's like, honey, spaghetti's ready. He's like, I'm trying to work on my new saw trap, dear. He's like fucking with this lament configuration, and then all of a sudden that shit comes out. I could see it. I could see it. So it's a wonderful. You should write that script. You should make that happen right now, but you can't write it because the Writers Guild strike's going on, and no one's allowed to write anything. It's against the law. And right now, it might not fucking matter, but I'm telling you guys, here in like 7 months, when we're like, there ain't shit to watch, we're gonna be like, oh, the writer's strike.
You're wrong, because the AI is making leaps and bounds in the art of writing. I literally watched a fucking YouTube script. Somebody put in the unfinished or the finished, I guess, never produced Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 3 with Sam Raimi at the helm. It actually wasn't that bad what the AI came up with. He gave him a parameter, and I mean, of course, it's not like amazing writing or anything, but it was pretty. I was like, I'd watch the shit out of that.
Well, the writing is okay. Like the writing thing does it sometimes. So we have some ideas about it. I got some shit I need you to read as Loomis at some point because it's gonna make you fucking laugh your dick
Did you
off.
use AI GPT?
Yeah,
Chat
but I like type
GPT.
it. I was like, can you write in the voice of a drunk and angry Dr. Loomis, like his thoughts on Rob Zombie? And it's fucking hilarious, dude. ChatGPT's like, let me tell you, motherfucker, something. You know, it's got. I gotta have you read it and film it because it's gonna be great. But speaking of which, dude, the image AI though, like the art AI is not there yet. It's really not there yet.
If the main problem it's having, the art AI, they can't figure out fucking fingers. I mean, fingers are like weird. Oh yeah, that's some sexy as shit.
I asked art AI. I don't know, so art AI. I asked art AI to show me Kevin Bacon as Freddy Krueger, and this is what came up with. Motherfucker looks like a licker from Resident Evil, dude, but he got just a jacket.
He looks like Thanos on Activia. It's like Thanos after he lost a bunch of weight, went anorexic because he just couldn't deal with the grief.
His belt is like a Pirates of the Caribbean horn. Like, I don't know what's going on. His fingers, like you said, his jacket turns into fingers. It looks like he skinned one of the liquors from Resident Evil and just made a jacket of it.
I'm telling you, that looks like Josh Brolin's like fucking loser ass meth addicted fucking cousin that always asks for money.
It does. It's terrible, dude. It looks like he fucked Josh Brolin, but also was into like wearing skinned.
He's like, what you mean I can't wear no shoes in Walmart?
Oh shit! I can't believe you're selling Bud Light at fucking Target. Night Tom says last time you or Jay went to Hooters to eat.
I haven't been in a while. And don't get me wrong, boobies are nice, but I haven't made my way up to the old Hooters paradise in quite a bit.
I have a couple stories from Hooters, dude. We went to one on the river. Me and Kay were going to like a concert or something. So there was one like right on the Ohio River. If you guys
bobbing
know, you know what I'm
boobies.
talking about. Yeah, and it's not like on a boat. Like it's just you could see the dirty butt crack river from where you're sitting and eating your wings or whatever. And man, that place was crazy. They did not give a fuck. It was terrible. It was awful, disgusting. We went a couple weekends ago with some folks to the one here in town, and not the way it used to be. You know, you used to go to Hooters and like they would really like try to put on an experience for you. Like this is Hooters, and the world doesn't appreciate what we do. But we're providing a service, and they would like sit down like a stripper does when she's trying to like, would you buy me a drink? Can I bum your cigarettes?
Yeah.
They would sit down, they would talk to you. They would, if you were old and white, they would flirt with you a lot. But like now they're like, you want some fucking wings, bitch? It's like Dick's Last Resort. They don't care. Like, I can't believe I have to wear this shit.
That's because the poor employers have to pay them a fair fucking wage. So those bitches don't have to do any extra thing to get tips. Goddamn minimum wage improvements are ruining this society. Used to be back in the olden days, you worked at Hooters, you wanted to get a good tip, you'd suck a little dick in the bathroom. But nowadays, you got to pay them a fair wage and whatnot so they can be lazy as fuck. I'm sick of this goddamn country's bullshit.
We have got to get Uncle Ronnie off of Facebook.
Jay's against the minimum wage. No, I'm not. But I also don't feel like you should be getting $25 an hour to flip hamburgers at McDonald's. That's just my opinion.
I think that when I put on that outfit and run around the streets, I get the cops called on me,
Well, if she's a good waitress, I mean, I really want to know how much they make. I mean, is it still like Hooters? Because usually waitresses and waiters make like fucking.
Is that like
nothing.
A specific Hooters argument that's going on? Like a Hooters waitresses fighting
I don't know.
Tips,
I pulled it out of my asshole, but I think it might have come up. I think I remember something about them complaining about not getting paid enough. I mean, it's possible, but there's a lot of waiters and waitresses. Well, that's why it's such a phenomenon over in America or North America, specifically the United States, that tipping is such a big deal because in Europe, waiters and waitresses are paid a fair wage, so they don't have to work off tips. Whereas in America, it's literally like, that's why it's recommended that every person gives 20%, even though people get pissed about that that are foreigners and they come over to visit. And they're like, what the fuck do you mean? I'm not giving you extra money. And like, I only make $4 an hour, you dickhead. That's why.
Yeah. I thought you were just doing like drunk Uncle Randy from Thanksgiving. Like, have you seen what they're doing with minimum wage?
I was doing that, but I was being real at the end.
Yeah. No, I don't. Well, look, all I know is I have a debt to pay because when I grew up and like all I ever saw was my mom tipped $2 for everything, like $2 haircut, dinner, $2, whatever, $2, always $2. And I don't think she knew any different. But when I grew up and like realized, I was like, oh my God, like I lived as an adult for like a whole 3 months before I realized, oh shit, like 20% is a thing. So now I like over tip to try to like compensate. Plus the places I go, I frequent a lot. So I want the bartenders and whatnot to like me and enjoy me, so that when someone acts a fucking like a dumbass in there, they'll be like, it's okay. He tips.
I always sucked at math, so I had somebody else do it for me. I was like, how much?
Oh, I always have Katie do it. Yeah, but she always over tips.
I was like,
too.
How much is 15%? And then I was like, no, I mean, I'll give him 20 because I was giving 5% more. I was like, how much is 20%? I was like, here. And it's like, I give them my money. It's like, you take 1, 2, here, you give that to, or here you go. And then I do that for, but yeah, mom.
How would you like an Alexander Hamilton?
Mom never taught me tipping etiquette. I guess, I mean, I didn't pay attention to it, but I do know that in church, she would only give us $1 to give into the collection plate when they came around. So even as luckily when I got any kind of money, I always still, if I go to church, which I haven't been in a long time, I should go, I'm going to burn in hell. But I always just still give $1. If I had $150 in my pocket, I would still just give $1. And
no, you're on the right.
No, you're supposed to give 10% of tithe. I think it's 10%. I don't know, but you're supposed to give more if you have more to the church, or 10% of your total or whatever. But I was like, God's got like the whole kingdom of heaven. He's not, that's like tipping Elon Musk money to use Twitter. He doesn't need my money.
See, now you're on the fucking right path. And that's the thing. Like those fucking Hooters waitresses, they got to pay taxes on that shit. I know. You know who doesn't? The church. They don't pay taxes. Yeah, but shit.
Neither does Scientology, which is what a fucking quackery that is. God damn. Your whole religion is founded by L. Ron Hubbard, a goddamn science fiction writer who founded your religion to get out of taxes. Literally. Your whole religion is based on a fucking tax dodger. Interesting shit. But then again,
people put more than $1 in the tray because we really need to stop the gays. All right?
The gays?
They're getting out of hand. They're getting too big for their britches. They're rainbow sparkled britches, and we need to put a stop to it. This is all going straight to Mitt Romney.
I don't know if it's Mitt Romney.
Maybe not Mitt Romney. I was just thinking of the first person I could think of that wasn't so salacious.
Joe Biden will take care of it if he can stay up on his feet for 2 seconds. I was sandbagged. I fell over.
I got ants in my pants and I needed to dance.
I was just so goddamn excited to give out diplomas to the Air Force Academy. I fell off my feet.
Speaking of which, talking about old people in suits that people obsess over and make idols.
By the way, I will say, time out real quick. I do want to say, even though it's funny, I did feel bad because he's an old man, and I was like, God damn, that was a bad hit. I was like, holy shit, did he break a fucking hip or both? Because it looked like it.
He went down. I seen a dude do something like that in South Carolina at like a beach bar. Yeah. Fucking dude everybody went, oh yeah. And dude, he went down on his face and he was trying to walk up some steps, fell down on his face first, had glasses on. The glasses were broken and blood was like just falling out of his nose. And I ran over and like helped, and like there was like 6 people helping, and they had to call like the EMTs in there. And I didn't really have any purpose there. Fight. Right. Yeah, I didn't have any purpose there. I was just like, here's a chair. I'm trying to help. And like, I don't know what to do. And Katie's like, of course, Mike's got to be the hero. And we're over there trying to say, I was like, an old man fell on his face, Katie.
You have to help.
Don't you care about old people?
I was raised by old people. If you see an old person fall, even if you're 50 blocks away, you got to run up that shit like Superman and try to help them. I mean, I just felt bad.
Get your ass out there and you find that dog.
I watched that video and I was laughed at first. And I was like, damn. Then I felt bad. And I was like, God, that's an old man. Like, that's like, he might be wearing diapers under that. That might have been the only thing that saved him. Was those adult diapers that he was wearing.
Dude, when that happened, there were so many people that like celebrated. It's like, you guys,
somebody got fired.
Well,
somebody got fucking fired. Like, he pointed at something, even though it might have been an imaginary sandbag. But either way, someone got fired.
You son of a bitch!
Did you see that? That man pushed me.
Dude, Al Pacino, I know it was you. Anyways, but yeah, aside from that, no matter who you are, you got to feel bad. Old dude falling down. That's bound to happen though. So many public events, you're always in the public eye. Old people fall. I fall. Drunk sometimes.
Usually it's because of inebriation, not because you're walking around. That's because of sign of age. Right. Old people burning. Put your hands up. Old people burning. That's kind of messed up.
Hey Tim, we don't deserve that, especially for the conversation we were just having, my friend. But we really appreciate it very, very much. Thank you so much, dude. You're a beautiful man. That isn't he? Look at him.
Handsome fucker.
Just a tiny little icon, and I can see his fucking teeth from here. They're so white and pretty.
He looks like he used to be like a former anchor for Fox 56 or something.
He could
Fox News 56, which is our local station affiliate here.
Hello, world. This is Marvin Bartlett.
Hello, this is Tim C. And today we give you the world. Tomorrow we give you the future.
And in 6 weeks, herpes. Hey guys, hey chat. Boogeyman adjacent question. I heard last night on a radio show that Louisville has haunted as fuck places, either that or Arabian farts. But if they probably don't have places with Arabian farts. He says, besides Waverly Hills, you guys got any info on some if I'm in the area to check it out? Be well, fellas.
Hey man, thanks you. Thanks so much. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, actually, I was the reason why my brain was farting that much because I do know a couple of places. I just can't think of any off the top of my head, even because I follow I love that shit, paranormal ghost stuff. Waverly Hills is the biggest claim to fame, but really all you got to do is go down to any downtown area in Louisville and just wait for the ghosts of the gunshot victims to show up because they're everywhere. Louisville's a shithole, so be careful if you come up to Louisville. Actually, I looked at Louisville is actually really high on the list of murder per capita. I mean, it's pretty bad, but as far as like
no, you were done when you said Louisville's on the list of really high.
Yeah, they are a lot of high people, a lot of high folk that live there. Yeah, I couldn't. I'm not sure, man. Waverly Hills, I would say Waverly Hills is the biggest one that not only that Louisville has, but that Kentucky itself has. We were actually going to go up a few years ago. I think you can pay like $100 for 8 hours. It's 100, maybe it's 150 for the 8-hour stay or some shit like that, which I never. I don't want to do that because I don't. First off, fuck ghosts. I'm not gonna get. I don't want to see one. And two, I don't want to get like tetanus or something or step on a goddamn nail. So I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, and I'll say this: I can't think of any either Louisville specifically, but there is a place, and Katie's not here at the moment. She would know, but there's a place that we went to years and years ago. It's on our Instagram. I put up pictures of it, a bunch of pictures of it. I want to say it's in Maysville or Evansville or some shit. Tim asked me later. I'll tell you if you want to go. But there's this fucking abandoned hospital in this area in Kentucky, and it can't be that far from Louisville. And we went there, and it's just a huge abandoned hospital that's like old as shit, and you can sneak in pretty easily. Like you can move a 2x4 out of the way and like crawl up in there.
You can't tell Tim to sneak in. He used to be what the hell?
That means he's not doing better at it.
He's not doing no B&E, and everyone loves bacon and eggs. I'm talking about breaking and entering.
If he gets caught, he'll just flash his badge. She'd be like, I'm here on official police business. You're fucking up my investigation. But dude, I mean, I'm telling you, this place is the most haunted place I've ever seen in my life. Like you go through wings and like it's so dilapidated and disgusting, and you will get tetanus and herpes if I'm there with you specifically. But like there's like a wing that's like there's like a children's wing with like all this like angel shit on the wall. It's so fucking
R.
scary,
Kelly
dude.
haunts the halls there, does he?
I know. That's what you don't want to see at a haunted house. You're fucked then.
Tim, I just thought of one, and it's not in Louisville. It's actually
my dad's house.
Yeah, your dad's house is so scary. Holy shit, the fumes scare you away. No, I would say I don't know how far from Louisville it would be or where you're coming from exactly, but I think it's in the northern part of Kentucky, and Mike and I have talked about going. I really do just want to go for the experience because it's been featured on Ghost Adventures 2 or 3 times and on Ghost Hunters. It's Bobby Mackey's Music World. Apparently, that's actually I think that might be supposedly the most haunted place in Kentucky. I think it's in Florence. Maybe it's in the northern part.
Sounds right.
I think
Florence
so.
Sounds right.
It's a country music bar, so that's something. It's scary. Don't be wearing no gay flag shit around that place. But 2. There's supposedly a portal to hell in the basement. They have tours and everything like that. And for people that go there, they guarantee that you'll be touched or something will happen to you. But they did like some apparently in the basement before that became Bobby Mackey's Music World. They did satanic rituals and shit, which is demonic. So there's a difference. If you don't believe in ghosts, that's one thing. But the demonic shit, you got to go in prepared. All right, put on your fucking goddamn proton pack. Go get yourself blessed by a priest. Go in there prepared because you might get some thing. Don't go into that. I don't kind of want to go because I don't want to have anything attached to me. That's what I'm scared of. The demonic shit. Take it home. Fuck that. Demonic shit. No way.
I am more scared of demonic shit than I am ghost shit for sure. There's no doubt about that. Eventually, maybe we'll go to Waverly, put on some GoPros with some like.
I was gonna wear my Ghostbusters outfit. Literally, I will.
Yeah, we should do it one day. I'm down for it for sure. Yeah. Nighttime says I'm gonna write a Halloween remake. Wish me luck. Good fucking luck, dude.
You can.
I can't condone your actions, but I will support you from very, very, very far away.
Good stuff. Good stuff, McGruff.
Yay! Michael Parton says, Happy Pride Month, Mike and Jay.
Hey, happy Pride
We're
Month,
still
man.
fucking rhyming. The three of us should plan a little getaway vacation, go somewhere private, and have a super hot guy on guy session, and stay up and watch the sunrise together.
Isn't that just a Call of Duty lobby? Isn't that just a Call of Duty lobby? I like it though.
Have you tried Parcheesi? I hear it's a game of skill as well as chance.
Yeah.
You know, I celebrate Pride Month in a myriad of ways. Typically, it's just hanging out with gay people I like and getting drunk, but I usually don't participate. You know, it's like when you go to it's like when you go to a strip club, right? You know, it's like, hey, look at them up there doing their action, doing their things. I'm not getting up on that pole. No, I'm not, and I don't need to. You don't need to be gay to enjoy Pride Month, Michael. We don't have to do gay things together in the bedroom, in the dark,
or you can wait till we're at least well, let's just get drunk and let's just see where it goes. Let's just see where it goes. You know, life's an adventure. Let's just go where the road takes us. Where we're going, we don't need roads. I like the way
Thanks,
you move.
Michael. Appreciate it, buddy. Sebastian says, y'all ever been in a real fight besides L versus M? What's L versus M?
L versus M?
Ooh, labias versus manginas. L versus
besides
M?
L versus M. Did we talk
Licking
about
versus mutt fucking
mukbang?
Mukbang.
We've never been in a real. The closest we ever came to, and we've told this story before.
I think you mean separately. Like,
I see. Oh, okay. My last fight, my actual last real fight, I lost. I retired. I was 1-1. Okay. It's not the worst thing ever, but I retired at second grade. This little bastard named Earl Black punched me in the stomach. It was over. Like I fell down and everybody was like, "Ooh, he got beat up." And then I was just like, I was embarrassed. I took my L and I went home. I never fought again.
Oh man. I fought a few times. I fought your brother 2 or 3 times. I don't know if that really counts because we love each other. So we were fighting with fists, but no one was going to really get hurt.
Well, nobody punched. That was like, it's almost an unspoken thing. If you fight your friends or someone that you give a shit about, don't hit me in my face, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
there was some punches to the face, but
he
sat on me one time. I was
but there was never going to be like, if there was a contact to the jaw and for real, you'd be like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, it would be over. Like, I'm sorry, dude.
I punched a kid in the face, no, in the stomach in 5th grade.
Was this last night?
Yeah, it was my own child. No,
Chuck E. Cheese.
5th grade, got in a fight there, and then got a couple of fights with Cody. I got punched in the face at a bar by a biker. He sucker punched me.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I was there.
Complete and total sucker punch. Was way too inebriated to strike back. I just went, "Would you do that for?" It's embarrassing.
You didn't fall though. Good for you. You didn't fall.
Yeah, I took it. I did take it.
The new kid, he took it.
Oh, but yeah, definitely a good thing I didn't too, because I couldn't even, like, I was so drunk I couldn't even swing back, and I probably would have got that's definitely a situation where the guy pulls out a butterfly knife. You know what I mean? That the butterfly knife was on the fucking, it was coming.
That dude, that happened. That was a redneck fucking bar. We shouldn't have been there, and it was a redneck dude. And that guy, the brother of that asshole that punched Mike, actually was pretty nice. They just lost their mother like a week ago, which is not excusing that whatsoever.
I don't believe
Mike was trying to hustle that fucking guy at darts, and so that guy was getting pissed. And that guy, but you know what's the weird thing is, I saw it happen, and I got between them. And that guy, I had my hand like this, and he's like, "Get your fucking hands off me!" I was like, "All right, sorry, dude. Shit." I mean, I was like, "You want me to give you the $2 back for the fucking jukebox that you're mad about?" He's like, "No, I want that motherfucker to give it to me." So I had the money in my hand, and then I was like, "Here, Mike, give this to him." Like right in front of him, I was like, "Mike, take this from my hand and give that to him." And then Mike did. I was like, "I could have just done that, and you could have walked away."
I did have that coming to me, though. I had that coming to me because I think it was, I'm trying to remember the timeline. It wasn't just a few months before that where the only other thing I can think of, other than me, fighting with my dick to get it hard after a long night of Maker's Mark, I did punch a guy once in Cincinnati, in a bar in Cincinnati on New Year's Eve. And it was a fucking shit show. It really was. I won that fight, but it was a 1-punch fight, and then the security guard threw me out before the guy had a chance to retaliate. But it was fair because he had like 4 dudes with him, and I even told him, I was like, "Can he just go outside? This is gonna be fucking bad." And then I walked over to him, and I did not sucker punch him. I spoke to him first, and I was like, "Hey, buddy, this is gonna be in your dick soon. I mean, your face."
I spoke to him first.
It wasn't like that biker did to me where I walked away and he fucking hit me in the side of the jaw. And then the dude's, it was funny because when I hit him, his face hit the wall. So I was like, but then like all I saw was blackness because this bouncer just swallowed me up because he knew that dude's 5 friends were about to jump me and kick the living shit out of me. And I like hurt my hand. I got thrown out in the street. It was bad. But anyways, listen, that is depressing conversation. We just talked about how World Star was like this depressing place.
Well, I was gonna say fighting is so fucking dumb, and it really is
awful.
Like, especially as you get older, you gain perspective, and it really is the dumbest fucking thing that 2 human grown men can do. By the way, it's also to see 2 full grown sized men fight. That's some scary shit right there because you don't know what that. I mean, you could literally die. Like you could get into a situation where someone punches somebody, they could go into a seizure, they could die, they could hit their head on concrete, they could fucking die. A guy could pull out a gun, a knife. To see 2 grown ass men fucking fight, people are like, I mean, other than like boxing or UFC, of course, there's rules and there's people there. Just to see them fight in a bar, be like, yeah, I want to see a fucking fight, dude. It's scary. I'm telling you, it's fucking scary.
And nobody looks cool. That's the thing. I think that's the thing nobody gets when they watch these fights on the internet. Nobody ever comes away looking cool. No. Even if someone like knocks somebody out, like no matter what they do, you still kind of feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? Like unless they like hurt like your wife or one of your kids or some shit. And
that's
like in that situation,
that's a legitimate defense. I feel like when you fight someone for no fucking reason other than to protect your wounded pride or ego or some shit like this, some basic ass like nothing thing that you're never gonna even need when you die, and who gives a fuck? Like when you do that, like there's no way that the next morning that you don't feel like a complete fucking tool and have no dignity of yourself. I mean, you literally lose dignity by doing shit like that. But anyway, let's get off the fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi speaking.
We got, don't use violence. Don't fucking do it.
Hello there.
Hey, we should start fucking it out with each other. It's like, oh yeah, you really want to show me how it's done? You better make me come.
Well, yeah, why don't you just tell them next time someone gets in your face, like, how about I just suck your dick? Just yell it out loud. I'll lick your teeth. I'll lick your tip hole. I swear to God. If you keep going, I'm gonna juggle your balls too.
You're like, I was say Michael Parton will start trying to fight us. Come on, fuck me. No. I said anyway, so okay, we have to, because I promised people who had not seen the Boogeyman that we would be done talking about it by 9 p.m. Eastern. So we gotta not continue, please, chatting or whatever and throwing out the super chats. We will answer every single one. But for the moment, for now, for the next 29 minutes, if it takes that long, 27 minutes.
It won't take that long.
Let's talk about what we're actually our jobs are. And that is
we have jobs?
New horror movie. Well, you know what I mean. Hand jobs.
Yes.
The Boogeyman came out, and based on a Stephen King story, it's in theaters now, and there's not a whole lot of spoilers, so I don't think we're gonna like wreck the movie for you if you haven't seen it. To be personal, like I think we all know what's coming with this movie, but it is a spoiler party.
Especially if they read the book. Well, the book is a lot different. Never mind, the book's different.
Right, and if you guys do chat spoilers out there, we'll answer them before the 10 o'clock hour or 9 o'clock hour as well. But I already did a whole review for it. So first and foremost, like, what the fuck did you think about it, you piece of sexy shit?
I thought it was I thought it was a solid movie. I feel like it was a 7.0. I don't feel like it was anything special or like amazing. I've seen movies like that before. It kind of felt like a little bit more of a less action oriented. Darkness Falls. I mean, and a little bit more of a story, a little bit more of a like some oomph to the overall theme. But that's what there were certain moments in this film I especially got echoes of something like Darkness Falls. And then there was even moments of this film that I felt like there was like Jeepers Creepers moments, like because the creature, the Boogeyman itself, while it seems immediately you would think, and it does, at least the way it's presented, is a supernatural entity. It's really not. It can be killed by physical means, like fucking gunshots hurt it, fire hurts it, like someone giving it a bad haircut might hurt its feelings, or even someone slapping it in the face in a power slap competition that will hurt it. But I feel like the reason why this movie is well done is the acting is really good. I do feel like the acting is and I can relate to the father in this, as many of you that are coming and watching the spoiler party know. The basic synopsis is the father of 2, they've lost their mother to a car accident. They're struggling to come to grips with that. This mysterious stranger comes in and does a therapy session. He leaves behind some doo-doo, aka the Boogeyman, after he kills himself in the house. Spoiler, that's the spoiler right there. And then the Boogeyman,
David Malkian,
he's amazing. And the Boogeyman haunts noses and closets throughout the entire movie and under beds. So that's the basic idea of it. But I feel that while it remains a straight general, pretty good, not bad horror movie, I feel like there's a lot of symbolic things going on in this film that I like. If you look deeper, other than the monster, by the way, I will say the visual effects of the creature itself they're pretty good. They're not bad. It looks like an arachnid type of monster or something, and bald. Yeah, I thought it was cool looking. It wasn't scary. I just thought it was cool looking. But there's something else about it. I feel like the symbolic nature of the film goes into the fact that the creature itself represents the inability of the father to reconcile with the daughters. Like, he can't come to an understanding. They can't bridge the gap. Like, I lost my wife, you lost your mother. I don't know how to deal with that pain on my own, and I don't know how to help you deal with your pain, and I don't know where we're at. I feel like the monster is that sense of guilt and anger and hurt that is represented between the father and the two daughters. I mean, again, that's going deeper than probably should have to go, but I feel
thought
like
the same thing. Like, if the movie ended at the end and like someone told you, by the way, there was never actually a monster, this was all like metaphorical, like that would make sense to me. Like, based on what they're
I was looking at it in that type of way, because especially when I started looking at the fact that the monster itself could be hurt by physical weapons, like physical things can hurt it. And you know, I feel like, I mean, they didn't do some sappy ass shit where they were like, oh, love defeats it. Love does. Just say you love me, bitch, and everything goes away. And if you look at it in the eyes and you say, I'm not afraid of you anymore, it'll go away. It's not like that. But I feel like that's maybe what the director was going for. Maybe that's what Stephen King was going for. Again, he wrote this as a short story. It's only 10 pages long, that came out in the 74 collected edition of Graveyard Shift. And I read this story, and I remember this story from when I read it a long time ago. And it was the story that Stephen King wrote, I feel like, is a lot more just on the nose horror. It's on the nose horror because in that particular version, the man that comes in, the mysterious man that talks to the therapist, he comes back, you know, much like the end of this movie, he comes back because he hears a sound, and then the therapist stands up, and it was the monster all along. And that's the way that it ends. It's kind of freaky. That's more of a traditional horror, what the fuck's going to happen next kind of thing, rather than this movie. I feel like this movie was dealing with, I feel like this movie is a lesson on heartbreak and a family coming together after a tragedy. But they have to have the sprinkling of horror in it to kind of get the message across. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I actually think that was kind of some of the stuff, like, it was well done. Like, they did a good job of it. Like, there was nothing wrong with any of that stuff, but it also felt like they hammered it home way too much. At some point, it was like, look, I get it. They're sad. All right. I know why they're sad. I don't need to watch her go through every single one of her mom's fucking boxes and like look at sad videos. Yeah. Like, the middle of the movie, at some point, it really nosedived, and like they spent all their time talking about grief. And it's like, I feel like we lost the Boogeyman stuff. But speaking of the look of the monster, which is one of the spoilers, one of the main spoilers is actually the look of it. Like, I loved two things about it, dude. I loved how they slowly showed it, because were you like me when I was watching it the first couple times it popped up? I just thought I missed it. I was like, did I fucking miss it? They just didn't show it, I think, for a while. But it would be the scares would happen so fast, and they would gradually show you more and more and more. And I kept expecting to see CGI butt shit. And then, like, when at the end, when they finally did the reveal, like, I thought it was dope as fuck, because I expected, because all anybody does now is the straight up goddamn Demogorgon ripoff. You know what I mean? Like, it's all the same shit. I thought it was dope as fuck here, just like I thought it was in Smile, where the mouth opens up and it's a fucking person inside the monster with their hands and like coming out. And I was like, I'm coming out.
Yeah, I'm coming out right now. Michael, did you play that song? No, I agree. It was a awesome concept, and the way they delivered on that concept as far as the creature design was on point. Very well done. And again, I liked the little girl when she was playing her video games, and then she turns around and then
great.
It's on the fucking thing, and I love the way it looked. It's on the TV set and it jumps at her. It looks, again, I like when I see it, it reminded me of like an arachnid type of spidery thing. Like, and I thought that was fucking cool. I thought it was a really interesting take on that design. The only, and I don't know what, I don't like this shit. So I did take points away. There were moments where I felt like it was repetitive, and it does take too long to get to the goddamn point. which is I'm a valuable man. I'm really not, but I mean, I was getting bored. It took too long to get to the point, but I also don't like directors sometimes or writers or whoever the fuck is designing the lighting on this. I don't like some of the lighting. I don't like that fucking super dark shit. I don't like that. Okay, where I can't fucking see, and I need goddamn Superman like goggles to see. Like I get it. You got to make it spooky. I get that. But if I'm fucking blind, for real, if I'm the viewer of the film, I get that the protagonist has to be blind and in almost pitch blackness. But as a viewer, and I'm watching this like God, and I'm like saying, "What's happening?" I was like, "I can't see shit." Like, brighten your movie up, lighter guy or lighting guy.
They did, and it reminded me of like, was it Relic? Is that the one that's like the monster?
I can't
always
see
looks,
it.
Yeah, it always looks cool, but it's because you can only see like a fucking pinky.
Yeah, yeah, that's what my wife says all the time. I can't see it. I know it's there, but I can't see it.
It's like, go ahead and put it in. It's like, I am in. What do you mean?
Oh man. But yeah, I hated that about that movie. I really did. And again, that's for any movie that does that shit. And I get why they do it. They want you in a spookular environment. They really want to draw you out of your comfort zone and put you in this atmosphere, in this environment. But god damn, bitch, I don't have x-ray vision. I can't fucking see night vision. I don't have goggles that I can pull over to my eyes and look at the fucking screen. I'm not doing your job for you, lighting guy. Do it for me.
That shit did get me though a couple times, because that's how they get you though, because you're like, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, if you're
and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, but I feel like it wasn't even that. Like sometimes it was just like the whole movie's just fucking like
they're
dark.
Setting you up, dude. It's a long game.
Can we get please just a bit of the butt crack of the sun coming through for just a second, just to give me where we're at?
How many times did it get you? By the way, how many jump scares did it shake your fucking?
Probably about 15. But I mean, and that pissed me off as well. I was going to deduct it.
I knew it would.
I was going to deduct points from it for that reason, because all right, here's the thing. I get when jump scares, people love to go to horror movies because they want to get jump scared. They want a little dribble of poop to come out their anus hole. I get that totally. Why else you want to go? But I don't like that. I don't want dribbles of poop running down my leg because I don't want to walk around like I'm the Penguin. I also don't like when they have jump scares that don't mean anything, when they have jump scares to cover up their own inadequacies as a writer because there's plot holes or the story's not very well written, and so they're just having jump scares to cover up that fact, like, you know, farting really loud because you were like, I don't know, trying to cover up a sneeze and you accidentally farted, or no, coughing and then trying to cover up a fart or something like that. Like, that's what I feel like sometimes happens. But in this particular instance, it didn't piss me off that much because it actually does work in favor of the film. There are times when the jump scares work. And in this particular instance, the jump scares were good. They were good because it made sense for the story. It wasn't because they were just doing it out of nowhere. Like the girl walking down the hallway, she has to run to the bathroom. Then all of a sudden it's like, ah, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like something like, what the fuck was that? Like, there was no need for that. But in one particular instance, the guy that hangs himself, that comes over to the therapist with the jump scare that happens after she sees his body, like, that was good. I was like, that's a good jump scare. Like, that makes sense. It actually goes and flows with the storyline. So I feel good about that. But there's like, I've seen movies before where it's like just jump scare after jump scare and there's no fucking reason why. And I was like, and then I get pissed, and that's why I get scared, and then I get mad and I start screaming and like wishing fucking goddamn an asteroid to hit the director in the fucking head at some point when he leaves his house, because I'm like, you sorry sack of shit. You sorry sack of shit director. You can't even tell a good fucking story. So you just put in this cheap ass fucking scare. Ooh, it makes me mad. And then, you know, I get over it. But
you know what I love, dude? I love the ending because, like, and then this, so like, when I talk about these movies, it being PG-13, I didn't think that bothered it like at all. Like, I thought the PG-13 was fine because it was a movie that didn't need gore. It, like, that opening scene. So when the opening shows up, it's just this camera moving through this house, like almost Sam Raimi style, and the Boogeyman like, I like fucking to watch scene, and like it's flying around through the thing, and you're like, what's that? What are you saying? What are you saying? It's like, more money, more problems, and then like it fucking comes out. But the baby's in the crib in the opening, and the thing. The thing's like, I like jeans, and then it pops up and the camera moves away from the baby and it moves to like a fucking picture of the family, and then you just hear and it sounds like fucking
Wake up!
It sounds like System of a Down. It's like, put on the piece on the table. You want to. And then like,
I'm glad you know. I never understood what he said. I always go, wake up.
Yeah, it's like what's the keys on the table? You want to? And then blood splats the family picture, and you're like, holy shit, that's genius. Because in the opening of the film, you guys just killed a baby.
I know, killed
a small child.
Rated PG-13 fucking like tag. That's cool.
Yeah, and you.
It's not cool. Don't kill a baby. I'm just saying it's cool that they went that far.
Yeah, put that on a t-shirt. Hey, it's not don't kill babies, but that
go with it.
that was a gnarly opening, man, and it set the tone. You were like, okay, they will do fucked up shit and they don't need gore. And that's what I said. I seen people saying that this is like, oh, this movie's a great gateway movie to like show horror movies to like younger people. Yeah, I'm like, bitch, this shit's scarier than like any R-rated Conjuring shit I've seen.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's the Conjuring level. I definitely, but I agree
not
with
the original, but like some of the spin-offs.
Yeah, well, especially the second one. But I definitely agree that maybe it is a good. I mean, you know, kids nowadays, you know, they don't want to go back and watch like some more introductory horror films into that realm. This is a pretty good movie for them to be introduced to horror, and there's also a lot of deep themes going throughout the film too. So, because it does expose kids or somebody that maybe isn't really into horror movies, that there's more to horror than just being terrified beyond belief. There's actually, you can tell great stories and like heartfelt stories inside of a nougat of a horror movie. So, yeah. and I feel like this is on the same par. By the way, The Ring was rated PG-13, and that was scary as fuck to me.
Yeah,
so
it can be done, but it's like, are they doing it for the right reasons? So you never trust it when they say it's PG-13. Like typically, especially when it's like Blumhouse or something, it's like, oh, you guys are just, this is a money thing, and I don't trust you not to cut important shit out of the movie to make it PG-13. Mm-hmm. But it does. I will say the PG-13 does not affect this movie.
No.
They spend a really long time. And by the way, I thought everybody in the movie was good. Like all the actors were good. But like they spent a really long time just beating you over the head with how sad this family story is. And you've seen that in a million stories before. You kind of know where this is going. You've also seen the Boogeyman story. So there's nothing new. I think the only new thing they did was, again, like the way that they showed you the creature was pretty fucking cool.
I like that. Yeah.
And dude, I got fucking pumped at the end when they brought out the hairspray. Because like
that was cool. I did like that. Kids. Yeah, it was cool. I didn't like them adding. That was one thing though. I was kind of like, okay, that shit's goofy. That shit a little corny though. I'm just gonna say it, dog. It's a little corny when they brought out the ghost mom, and I'm like, oh, she's like, let me tell you the secrets on how to beat. And I'm like, I was like, all right, you were doing really good until a fucking Force ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi popped up. You know how to defeat fucking. How to defeat Darth Sidious or whatever, but
they didn't show her. Just so you guys know, it wasn't like a haunted mansion.
No, I know, but scene. I didn't like that. I don't like that. The super, like, I know it's all supposed to be supernatural, but really when it's not. And then they were trying to add stuff in, like as far as like the supernatural possible element. The daughter was getting inspiration from the deceased mother, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. But I did. I mean, it was cool though. I mean, it was a cool. Like it kind of reminded me of that girl's a badass. It kind of reminded me of, was it? Well, it's kind of like Alien. She has to go on the attack. It's very much like Ripley.
That girl looks like Billie Eilish, by the way.
She does. Well, and then when I was saying it reminds me of Darkness Falls when she goes to the guy that committed suicides, his old house, and she goes in, and the crazy woman's up there, and she sets all those fucking traps and shit. You know, like
fucking Wes from Puddle of Blood.
Yeah. Yeah. She sets all this trap. That reminded me of Darkness Falls when he was like setting traps and how to beat the boogeyman. And then he's right behind you. I'm like, yeah, it was cool.
I didn't like that storyline at all. So if you guys don't know, there's a storyline where the guy who comes over there and kind of accidentally gives them the boogeyman, David S. Malkian, he does so because like his 3 kids have all died and been killed by the boogeyman. But
and they were blaming him.
Yeah, everybody thinks he did it, so he hangs himself in their house, and by proxy, it attaches itself to grief. But the girl, to find out because every one of these horror movies has to do I'll have to investigate and figure out how to stop it. Yeah. Thank God they didn't go to a library at some college and like do the.
I thought the same thing, and they were gonna call Vincent D'Onofrio, and he was gonna be like, "Oh, what you got there? It's the Boogoo."
Every fucking one, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone's the same thing. And this one, what she does is she goes to that guy's wife and she's let their house go to shit. And by the way, that was probably like a fucking $1 million home that they were living in. It's all gone to shit. And she goes in there, and I did think it was dumb. I was like, this fucking demon or this fucking boogeyman can like literally unscrew and like pop light bulbs, but this chick's surviving using Dollar Tree candles. It's like it would just blow them out. Like it would just fucking blow them out.
Why would that coming? He didn't see it coming. It's like nobody that dumb to use Dollar Tree fucking light bulbs against me.
This lady looks exactly like the singer of Puddle of Mud. The second she comes up and shows her face, I'm like, a little bit psycho, yeah. Like that's exactly what she looked like. And but that I didn't like that. I thought that was corny when she sets up the traps and it gets shot, and that's where kind of some of the CG stuff sticks out too.
Yeah. She reminded me of Reba McEntire without a music degree or a musical career. Like
if Fancy actually let her mom down.
Yeah, give me fuel, give me fire, give me Reba McEntire.
Yeah, it's Reba if Fancy actually let her mom down. But no, I was after seeing that scene though, shit like this thing got shot with multiple shotguns and all this crazy shit like that. And then they go back to the house and it takes her dad and sucks him in the suck zone in the butthole of the house.
It sucked his dick.
Yeah, she's like, don't worry, little sister, I've got a hockey stick. I'm like, girl, you just saw this fucking thing get eaten alive by 7 buckshots. Like, what do you do with a hockey stick?
Maybe he doesn't like hockey and he doesn't want to watch a Wings game. I don't want to get captured and be put through that.
Oh shit. But ultimately it ended up good though. I think that there was tiny things like that here and there. And again, they did too much with the grief stuff. But I think I forgot what I think I gave it a 7.5 at the end of the day. Like I think I enjoyed it as a whole, okay, USA.
It's actually it was nice. I mean, it's June 5th and a good horror movie came out, and you normally don't get those kind of films in the summer months anyway. So it was a nice surprise. It does feel like this is the kind of movie I feel like if you're having a Halloween party, it's one of the first movies that you'll put on to kind of get people going. If you have a big party or whatever, you're like, hey, pop in that Boogeyman 2023 and let's watch it. And people are like, yeah, man. I mean, because you can kind of watch it casually and be like, it's fun. I'm having a good time. Yeah, and that's it.
I'll go back and watch it, dude, but I'll definitely fast forward. Like I know the parts to fast forward on, and they were sad and they were done really well. Like they did, it wasn't corny. Like they did the grief stuff well. I'm just bored by it, and I know exactly where it's all going. So like, if I it's not very rewatchable unless you fast forward through shit. But if you fast forward through some shit, there's some really cool moments.
Well, that's why I mean, enjoy. if you're having a Halloween party showing, everyone's not going to give a fuck about someone's goddamn mom dying. I don't care. I'm drinking goddamn Coors Light, Miller Light. And if I'm a little frisky tonight and my boyfriend, Bud Light, I'm going, I don't give a shit who's dying. I just want to see some horror shit.
It's like, oh, check out this part.
Yeah, that's it. It's one of those.
What's your rating?
I gave it a 7.
7? Mm-hmm. We're in the same wheelhouse as well. Oh, but dude, last spoiler before I get to see if you guys have any comments about it. Fucking dude, the one that got me, it was actually in one of the clips or trailers or whatever. Still, dude, I was by myself and I didn't even order popcorn. I just had some Lifesavers gummies and I'm sitting there and there's this lady like 3 seats away from me and I actually really embarrassed myself, dude, when this scene happened. And it's the scene where she gets home and she's like, not right now, little sister. God, leave me the fuck alone. Oh yeah. And she shuts the door behind her. And all of a sudden that thing comes through the door and it's like, whoa, out of nowhere. Dude, I literally went, whoa. Like I fucking like I had to hide my face out of embarrassment because I yelped and it scared the fuck out of me.
Oh no!
Yeah. Did that one get you?
I lost count after a while. I was like my shit. I did jump for like my shit. I felt like I was on crack, like withdrawing. And I mean, it doesn't hit you that like it's not the most like jump scared movie I've ever seen. But it definitely got me, but I wasn't mad. Like usually, I'll just get pissed off at movies like that because I'm like, you guys are pieces of fucking hot ass sun drenched garbage juice because you don't have a good fucking story. You cock sucking pieces of fucking shit. But in this one, I'm like, all right, I get it.
I'm scrolling through right now just to make sure there's no super titties directly involved in spoilers with that, and I don't believe that there is.
Yeah, because probably nobody saw it. You guys got to go check out the Boogeyman. Check it out.
It did not. It didn't do well. It did not do well in theaters. It only made like 20 million, and it's got to reach like 100 million to like be profitable. So I don't know if we're going to get that second
You ain't going to
Boogeyman.
make that, Chief. Time to get a new job. Okay. Yeah.
Michael did say, I kind of wish we actually got to see more of the Boogeyman's true form. Like, you want to see that thing crawl all the like Ace Ventura, like
gotta get some oxygen. Well, yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, it would have been cool to see more shots of it, especially when the reveal happened. But I guess they were trying to keep it as secret as they can to make it more horrific when you saw it. I don't know.
Yeah,
because if you saw it more often and it was crawling on the walls and it was fully lighted, it would look like, you know, just like an alien movie or something. It wouldn't be that scary, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. When it was in its like gangly ass form and like crawling over the walls, it would have just looked like the thing from Mama if they showed it. But that one scene where it was like
the thing from Mama scared me. Yeah.
That would have I was glad that like they knew they had CG, but they kept it at bay because they knew if we show this thing, it's gonna look like ass. And just like in Smile, they saved that final monster moment for the very end. Hey, monster man, how's it going? You want to get some chili cheese fries at the mall later?
For sure. Yeah. I hope I get a slushie too.
Okay, I got that. I think that concludes our broadcast day when it comes to spoiler wise for the Boogeyman. If you guys want to talk about it, we still can. We'll stop with the spoilers so that because I told people to stop. You fucking. I was gonna go pee. All right, go pee, you fucking slut.
I'll be back.
Just bring your. Can you record it on your phone?
What? Oh yeah, I always do. I have files and files and
okay,
files.
Just send it to me later. I needed to go to sleep.
All right.
I have to watch JP before I can sleep. It's a thing. I have to watch him. I can't sleep without at least seeing Jay's dick just one time before I close my eyes, because otherwise the monsters creep in, you know, and we don't want that. Jay's dick makes me feel safe at night. And it keeps the monsters away like an apple does the doctors. David Nangle III says it would be a cool live commentary for you both to choose a movie to watch that you've been trying to get the other to see. Just throwing stuff out there. All love, fellas. You know, we did something kind of like that when we started Revenge of the Action movie. It was like, hey, let's take turns picking. And I wanted to pick. Did we ever do? Fuck. I can't remember if we did that or not. Big Trouble, not Big Trouble in Little China. But by the way, we just did a commentary on Patreon for Big Trouble in Little China in person. But fuck, what's the name of that movie? Showdown Little Tokyo. I can't remember if we did that or not one, but I was like, I know you will love this movie. Please watch it. And just because I want him to watch it, Jay was like, no. And that happens with us sometimes. Like, just because you want me to, I'm not gonna. So something like that could be fun, man. That's a good idea, David. And also, we used to do those like. We try to like recreate the Saturday night movie on HBO, like 9 p.m. every Saturday night. There's a brand new movie, and nobody watched it though. But we kind of took turns doing that one too. So so far we're 0 for 2 taking turns on shit, unless it comes to women, and that's never happened either. I don't know why I said that. That was weird. We have dated the same person once or twice, but like when we were kids, you know, like there was no Eskimo Brothers type stuff going on there. I'm word vomiting. Benny G says, hey, lickers, just needed to let you know that you're an amazing outlet. That really helps me through tough times. You help us all. Thank you. But thank you, Benny. I'm not going to do it. I started to do the fucking Benny and the Jets thing, but I bet you've heard that 1,000 times in your life. And I don't want that sweet comment of yours tainted by something that you've had to hear. Because me personally, I've had to hear the fucking Mikey likes it joke about 1 billion times in my life. And it doesn't actually upset me, but it's not entertaining, you know? It's not entertaining at all. But I hope you guys know the same thing. You guys do the exact same thing for us. So it's we're even. We're fucking even doing this, hanging out, talking to you guys about movies, having people give a shit about what we have to say. It gives me all the good feelings in my tum-tum that I need. And by tum-tum, you know what I mean, Benny. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And I'll make sure Jay sees that as well, because that was a very sweet thing of you to say. Faux show. Tyler McInturf. Tyler, I don't think I've ever seen your name over here before. He says, hey, Big Daddy Mike. That's what they call me in the streets of Wisconsin. He says, finally made it over here from Twitter. Love your guys' content. Wondering what you guys think of American Horror Story and how it's been since Jessica Lange left it. Love you guys. Dude, thank you so much, by the way. It's wonderful to see you here. First fucking super chat ever. Give it up for fucking Tyler, everybody. Tyler, who shares a name with one of the coolest movie characters of all time. Ended up being kind of a dick, but we're sure you're not, Tyler Durden. But yeah, dude, we used to, I don't know if you know this or not, maybe you do, but we used to, back in the day, we used to do every single episode of American Horror. When we lived close together, we would Jay would fucking come over to my house at like 11:30 at night, and we would like go outside and like film like a rogue real quick recap of every single episode. And our dumb fucking butts decided to do that right during our busiest month of the year. So it was always crazy. I'd be at like, I think I was working at the time too, full time. So I would be like doing like working, get off in the morning, go to sleep, come back, we'd watch it at like 10. I'd go outside, we'd film it, and I'd be like 3 a.m. editing it and just like slapping up some half-ass fucking video. And then one time we woke up and we confused one of the actresses with another actress, and it just so happened to be a black actress, and people were very, very upset. And there was a whole lot of they don't all look the same going on, and we had to explain, do you know this channel, we don't ever get actors or actresses name rights, just no matter what their color is. And it was a shit show, but we used to try to do that every week, is the long and short of it. And I honestly checked out during the Roanoke season. I think we even covered a couple seasons past that where we would still do that, but like I checked out after that because that was so cool. That was a really good thing they had going. And at like mid-season, they started going, nah, fuck it. We're just gonna surprise everybody by taking whatever story we promised you. And instead of doing good writing, like 4 episodes in, they'd be like, fucking, it's The Village, M. Night Shyamalan again. Like, this isn't actually about any of the shit we promised. And it became not about good storytelling, but became about shock value. And none of it was actually good. It was like Jerry Springer the later years when you knew it was fucking fake. So I don't think either of us has watched AHS in a few seasons, have we? Have you, Jay?
What? No.
Watched AHS in a while?
No, I don't know. That one kid that played the devil, the one young guy that played the devil was the last
Michael
one.
was his name. They were in the dunes. In the
I
sand
remember
dunes.
that kid was awesome. And then I kind of lost interest. I don't know. Dude, I realized when I looked at myself in the mirror after I was done tinkling and washing my hands that I was like, I look like an aging Fred Durst fan.
I don't think so.
No, it's
well,
like
you definitely don't look like Fred Durst. Maybe Fred Durst.
No, it's just a backwards cap. It was just like, yeah, you're wearing a button-up shirt and a backwards cap. Are you wearing fucking Jinkos as well?
when you came, I don't think you heard me, but when you came onto the stream before we went live, I was like, "We're the backwards hats, backwards hats club."
I know, yeah. Like I'm almost like, I'll be 40 and it's like, you gotta stop wearing your hats backward. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Unless you own a mechanic shop, don't wear your hats backward.
No, dude, I went to the gym the other day, and there's this lady, and she's really, really old, but she's always like saying like nice shit to me, and like sometimes it's sort of flirty, and I'm like, all right, Barbara. You know, I walk in, I scan my little ID card, and she's like, you've been working hard. You look like you've lost a couple pounds. I'm like, thanks, lady. But the other day she was like, I love that. I was like, what? She was like, the way the little hair comes out of the front of your hat. I'm like, stop it, Barbara, stop it. So after I came, I went and worked out, but it was just a really nice thing of her to say. I don't think I'm ready to give up backwards hats yet, Jay.
Well, my hair only sticks out from the top when I have a receding hairline, so I haven't had my hair cut in a while. So I have to wait until my hair gets down to like Joe Elliott from lead singer of Def Leppard for it to get like this. But
once I continue balding, once I complete my balding cycle, I'll just keep this bit here. Dude, I'll even just like glue some on and just do
this. That close. I'm that close to doing straight Bruce Willis. Like, just fucking go on the full Monty and shave it.
Yeah, man. It's one of the only good things about my body. I can't give it up yet. By the way, Benny said something super sweet. He just wanted to let us know that we're an amazing outlet that really helps through tough times.
Hey, thanks, Benny. That's very nice of you. Your $20 is in the mail for saying that. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Dad, is that you? Dad never said anything that
Thanks,
night.
Guys. Thank you.
Before I go pee, just to catch up where we're at on the super chats, my friend. We're at 8:38 p.m. If you want to scroll over there and chat out. And it was from good old Garrett, tight butt Garrett, I like to call him.
Oh, all right.
Says, can't watch all the Scream. Got some Baywatch to catch up on.
Woo!
Look forward to seeing you beautiful men in a few days, though. You're goddamn right. And
it's gonna be nice seeing you, Garrett. Goddamn, it's been a long fucking trip through the sand dunes without seeing your beautiful smile.
I was talking about Garrett the other night, and I actually unironically called him Gare Bear. I was talking to somebody else, and I was like, oh, yeah, I was talking to Gare Bear the other day, and I was like, oh, wow, I am a homosexual. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially not this month of our Lord June.
Nah, it's all good. Everything's open this month, I suppose.
So we're at 8:40 with Michael Parton. I got my dick hurts.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
I'll be right back.
All right. By the way, I did notice that when I wear a hat, I feel like it constricts my brain flow. So I feel a little bit more intoxicated than I normally do. I don't know what that is. Do you guys ever feel like that? Like when you wear a hat, like your brain and your head, like it gets squeezed. So like, fucking, maybe I'm just high. Treffle met it. I don't know what I can't. And you have an exclamation point, so you're really proud of that name. I'm sorry, man. I don't know how to say it. Treffle met it. Treffle met it. What's up, fellas? Happy to be celebrating my 24th with you all. Thank you guys for the laughs. Do you guys have a favorite birthday memory of your own? Well, if it's your birthday, happy goddamn birthday, and I hope it's going very well. Thank you for spending it with us, and we hope that we can give you at least a slight smile with our shitty humor and even our shittier drinking habits. But favorite birthday memory? No. At least for me, I was always drunk. I don't remember shit. I know it was a good time. At least I was told it was. But I don't have any specific thing that stands out in my mind, mainly because it was erased from things called beer. But I'm sure it was fun. I think I had a... Was there any? No. Can't think of any. But I hope you're having a great one and making some good memories. Just stay sober a little bit so you can remember some stuff. I think I remember things leading up to it, but then like, hey, who wants to get pregame drunk? I'm like, I do. And then it was all downhill from there. But thank you so much, man. Michael Parton coming in says there was also a really whack ass Boogeyman movie from the 80s that was trying to be like a supernatural slasher. I think I know what you're talking about, Michael. There was it Cameron's Closet? I know. I remember as a kid, Cameron's Closet scared the fuck out of me. I was a kid. It was one of the first horror movies I remember watching. That always scared me. And then I watched it. I was like, this is like a fucking bag of hog shit when I watched it when I was older. But it scared the shit out of me at the time. But I kind of, if it's that one, yes. And then if it's another one, I don't know. But yes. Creasefold. Oh. Hey guys, you are both invited to the kumite. You are not Japanese. You are not knocking. You once told me use any technique that works to keep an open mind. To what? To honor you, Shidoshi. We gladly accept your invite to the kumite. Creasefold. Dan Murphy says, besides the Christine car, I think the Creepers truck in Jeepers Creepers is such a unique / iconic horror movie vehicle. Any others come to mind? That's a really good one. I mean, of course, most people would say that the car that Michael stole from the first Halloween, even though I don't really. I mean, it is iconic. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if it would be considered on the Christine car, Creepers truck. I don't know, man. That's a good question. Nothing's coming to mind. At least not right now. I'm sure later on after this stream ends, I'll be like, fuck, I should have said that and I didn't. No, can't think of anything, man. But those are great. The Christine car, absolutely, and the Creepers truck, 1000%. Sutter says, Gillette, the best a man can get. Gillette says, hey, sexies, have no fear. The Ginger Stallions are here. Thank you. I was wondering when you guys were going to show up. Holy fuck, it's been like an apocalypse out here without you. And I think we're caught up. I think so. I think we're good. All right, we're good. We're good. Sutter Gillette, the Ecto 1. Yes, you know what? You are correct, though. But then again, it's hard to classify Ghostbusters as a horror movie. I would never classify it as a horror movie. I feel like it's one of the most iconic films of all time, in my opinion. But I feel like it's a mixture of more of a fantasy / comedic greatness than horror, even though I don't know, maybe back in the 80s, in the mid 80s, I don't know, I was born in 84. I don't know if any of you fine folk were alive and going to films and going to movies in 1984. Was it considered a horror movie? I don't think it was, but I could be wrong. Den Murphy says Death Proof Car is a good call. Oh, do I know that one? I think so. Yes, I do know that one. That is a good one. I like that one. That's a good one too. That is a good one. Jimmy Lee Doucette, NWO for life. I mean, obviously, let's get on with it. I was always going to be black and white NWO. Fuck the fucking Wolfpack. Never liked that shit. When they split up and they became the red NWO and the whole Wolfpack thing, I was like, all right, we're watching the decline now of something that was once great, but it is what it is. They sold a lot of t-shirts. God, Tomo Ogata says, can it really be a horror movie if Dan Aykroyd got a BJ back? Goes, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. And would you have opted for it? I think so, because she was hot and she was a ghost, yes, but she was performing fellatio in a very sexual way, and she was floating above the wiener, which means she had a lot. She could do it very well. That was that movie marketed to kids? There's no way it was. No way. There's no way. When Ghostbusters came out, there's no way it was. I think I know that because I think that Ivan Reitman had come out and said before that it was surprising that the love that movie got. Not that they didn't know that they were making a great movie, like they knew it was going to be a big hit. They just didn't understand how big of a hit it was going to be with kids. You know, and the fact that like when that part in the movie in Ghostbusters, when Ray literally gets his wiener sucked by the ghost of Mississippi, no one, like the kids, when you were watching that, even I was like a kid, I was like, oh, she touched his wiener, she didn't suck it. Like, because you see his pants unzipped, and then he's like, oh, I was like, oh, she just touched it. I knew it was a pleasurable moan, but I didn't know she was literally giving him a BJ.
Yeah, I think the music's what did it. I don't know if they ever planned to market it to kids, but I think when that song came out, it was such a banger. All the kids were like, man, busted makes me feel good.
Well, I mean, I think it's one of the things. I feel like it was such a, to me, Ghostbusters is a timeless hit because it hits on all the levels as an adult when you go see it. It hits on all those like adult level humor that you find hilarious and funny. But as a kid, you're watching these dudes go in and they bust ghosts. But like, there's a lot of cool effects. There's all the music, the almost cartoony looking ghosts that they bust, Slimer, all that stuff. So yeah, it's one of those, again, lightning in a bottle type of situations. But then personally, Mike feels the same way. Ghostbusters 2 is an awesome fucking movie, and it got shit on hard.
Yeah,
like it was crazy.
Total bullshit. Excuse me. Burped right in the microphone. What chat did you get up to?
I smelled it too. Broccoli? Yes.
Oh man.
Oh, a little bit.
I don't think I ate dinner.
Cum cheese there. Huh?
Oh, that's what it was. It was last night's liquid diet.
Crusty.
Man. Manjas. This is manjas. It's Capri Sun for adults. It's cum sun. Cum sun. God damn. Why does this channel still exist?
By the way, someone said that we were both invited to the Kumite, and I said we accept with great honor.
Hey,
like,
did you catch up on all the
everything? Yeah, everything's caught up. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so I think right when
what
I got
the
back,
hell is a Dinmac? That touch.
Benny said Jay looks like Date Mike from The Office. I don't remember Date Mike. I can't. I watch almost all those episodes, but I can't.
Okay. Okay. Well, did he get a lot of dates? I'm sure he didn't. If his name's literally Date Mike, it sounds like unironically not funny.
Oh no. No, I know what he's talking about. Here, look. I'll show it to you. It's pretty funny. It's just because the shirt or whatever. When he has the koala the hat with the suit.
Hey, listen, that's a sexy looking man right there.
Good old Michael
Scott. You gotta have
at least balls. You don't look like prison, Mike.
You gotta have balls of steel, dude, to walk around with a beret in today's world and try to pick up a chick. If you're not an artist or a poet, or maybe you got to be an actor, you got to have balls. And by the way, yes, I didn't buy this shirt. She's sleeping. She bought this shit for me. I didn't want to wear it. I didn't want to wear it. I didn't want to wear it. I didn't want to wear this tonight because I saw the butterfly collar, but I didn't want to hurt her feelings. Because I look like Greg Brady, like because this shit was like fucking.
I think you look good, dude.
No, dude, it was popped out like real far, and there's no buttons. Like, see, there's no buttons, so it just like just flows out. So I was like, fuck. And then I had it hanging up, like it was, I was like lay my clothes out, like what I'm gonna wear, and I had to put this one out. And she's like, oh, you gonna wear that new shirt I got you? Like, yeah. And then when I got out of the shower and I put it on, and I looked like fucking Greg Brady. I was like, God damn it. And anyway, just the whole thing.
Hey, for what it's worth, I think the shirt looks good on you. But that was maybe the funniest fucking thing that's happened.
Yeah, but dude, look at the fucking butterfly collar, dude. I would never buy this.
It reminds me of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where he's like, yeah, Russell Brand's like, yeah, she bought me this shit. He's like, I spilled wine on it. He's like, she's like, oh, you spilled wine on your shirt. He's like, oh yeah, take my life, but not this shit.
This is also like really stretchy, and it's like real like light fabric. Like, dude, if you saw this in person, it's like I fucking was a pimp in New York in 1982.
Where that
can you hear that? Listen, it's like what's like parachutes are made out of. But I can't anyway, but it's a great shirt.
That's like when your mom comes home, she's like, honey, I got you some clothes. Dude, like, really? She's like, yeah, I got them from Goodwill. They're real nice.
Here's the thing. I think it's awesome, and I feel like it's a sign of like good love when someone wants to go out and buy you something out of, because I didn't expect it. But when it comes, you're like, you know what I mean? You like do that thing, and like you do that on the inside. You don't do that on the outside. But here's the thing: I want to go shopping for my own clothing situation,
accoutrement.
Yeah. And then you don't really know what to do because you don't want to be an asshole, right? Because someone spent their own money on that.
That's a funny thing that's I've ever seen in this fucking life on this show. Okay, so real quick, I do want to show you something, dude, because that reminded me of this, and it's one of the most underrated scenes I've ever seen in my fucking life. And me and Katie were just watching this in the middle of the night the other night, drinking, and like I was like, I'm just gonna put on this stupid fucking movie. And this scene with Alec Baldwin from the movie, is one of the grossest, funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. Okay, here I'll pull up. So this is like the short end of it. But so he's talking to his son, right? Alec Baldwin's talking to his son.
Give me back my son.
And he's like, his hot secretary walks in. His dad's like a womanizer or whatever. And the hot secretary walks in, and he's like, she walks out, and he's telling his son about how he had sex with her or whatever. But before this scene, he was like talking about cheating, and he was like, son, he was like, your mom had one of her famous parties. And he's like, I found myself sozzled in the boathouse.
I like the sozzled.
That part's not in this clip, but yeah, the way he said, he's like, he stands up, he's like, I found myself sozzled in the boathouse. Died. But hopefully this translates as good as if you didn't see the whole scene, but I gotta show it to you. Okay, hang on. Present.
I wonder if that's what Alec Baldwin told the judge when he got off for murder. I was sozzling.
All right, watch this. Hopefully we don't get demonetized for this, but
one of my teaching assistants and a very, very hardworking young woman.
Ooh. Hey.
I fucked her within an inch of her life. True story. I'm chilling with her head through the headboard. I flip her over. She screams, give me a choker. I play the choir boy. What's that? Star wiped 5 minutes later. She's fucking like an epileptic at a stroke. I'm scared. And as I'm working out the 911 phone call in my head, she goes, oh, like an airbag.
Dude, I gotta be honest with you. That's like awesome. But I feel like that's what it's like to be. I would have 100% imagine that's exactly what it's like to be a part of Donald Trump's presidential cabinet and listen to him talk. And listen to him talk after a secretary left the room, and he was like, "Let me tell you something. Fuck that bitch, huge. It was huge. I put a huge dick, the biggest dick you've ever seen. I know." I feel like Alec Baldwin. Didn't he do Donald Trump on SNL?
Yeah, he used to do Trump. So that's probably where.
I swear to Christ, if you were on I would love to be on the cabinet. With Trump, just because you're gonna get shit like that. It's gonna be out of fucking like a comedy story. When like you look at the girl, if she leaves and she dropped coffee, he's like, "Here you go, Mr. Trump," and then she just throws the drink at you because you're not important, and you're sitting there drinking your fucking shitty coffee, and you look up, he's like, "I put it right up her tail last night."
Vagina,
huge vagina. So I just went for the anus.
And don't get me wrong, like I fucking like it's not even a political thing. I just
thought it was
Trump,
funny.
But like that is so fucking true.
Yeah, it's not like not because you whatever how you think Trump ran the country. I'm just saying like the personality, the gregarious of that character. Like
he goes. He's like an airbag.
Dude, I would think that was fucking gold. But not even if you were a cabinet member, if you were just interviewing him for 60 minutes and he just like got really animated and he was like, I'm like, God, this is hot and I love it. I want more. And then he'd be like, go ahead, tell me more. Let's have some tequilas. Let's have a couple of Arnold Palmers. Have one. They're great.
That's fucking spot on. I just like that. He's like, and right as I'm about to make the phone call, it's like I'm running through the 911 phone call in my head. She goes,
that's so fucking nasty too. No, like he meant she came, but I wonder, like when I was thinking, I was like, did she queef? She queefed to break all queef records. Like that would be gross.
I think it was a squirt.
I know motion. It was a squirt, but I mean, I'm saying like if she got up and queefed like that, like it was like I was like that fucking must have sounded like a siren to end badminton. It was like,
I've been holding on to that for like 3 weeks, just waiting for the right time to bring it out.
What's that show? What's that from?
It's I thought it was Good Luck Chuck, but it's My Best Friend's Girl, which is actually an underrated kind of funny movie.
Oh, like that's when Dane Cook was on his way out, though.
Right? Yeah. Well, people would pay him to go and give girls their worst dates ever, so that they would go back to their significant others.
Well, he's a dentist assistant.
Yeah, there's some great. No, the dentist. I think the dentist one was Good Luck Chuck, but like,
yeah.
I get those two confused. And
what's going with Jessica
Employee of the Month wasn't bad either.
That was good.
That was Employee of the Month. Not that bad.
Yeah,
not that bad at all. Anyways, so one other thing that we were definitely going to talk about tonight, apart from,
well, that's exactly what it. Okay, this movie coming up is exactly what she did out of her vagina, and it was a queef, not a fucking squirt. This movie came. Who's the guy? Okay, yeah, I'll let you introduce it because.
So and I'm so sorry. Hang on, I gotta find the movie to make sure. I'll just pull up the trailer, so that you guys can get a sense.
Not watching the trailer, dude. I can't. I'll be right back. I gotta get. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, I won't play the whole thing. But so this one is we have a tier on our Patreon where you can request that we review a movie or do a commentary for a movie. And our buddy Mindless,
that's who it was?
Yeah.
Dude, okay, Mindless. Look at me. Let's make contact real quick. If you're watching this, I'm gonna be Artie from What's Eating Gilbert Grape. After Gilbert left Artie in the bathtub, and then he's sitting with his mom. He's like, I could have drowned it. I could have drowned it. Gilbert, listen, this movie, you fucking hate us, dude. Like, it was a pure fucking farm flash of ass right in front of your face, like dry crack. That someone like when someone walks by you, if you're maybe grocery shopping and someone walks by you and they purposefully make sure you smell their dry crack, you call it, crop dusting.
Or when you go to have sex and that
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It's like, hey, I'm looking forward to this movie. She looks hot. And then she spreads her legs and dry ass just hits you in the face like a fucking windy day in the summer.
So the movie that we're about to review, which Jay already gave you a really good preview of.
I don't need to talk about it. I don't want to. It's my second time fucking watching it.
The funny part is about this is that, and Mindless, dude, no disrespect at all. I don't know if you did this because like you just want to see our thoughts or if you really love it. If you really love this movie, no disrespect at all.
No. It's not my thing.
Wow. 2007, this movie's called Drive-Thru, and it's a slasher movie. It's a supernatural slasher movie about basically this drive-thru clown who wears this mask and actually has like the drive-thru voice that murders people. But it's done in that like 90s style of like edgy youth kind of shit. And it feels like if Grind was a horror movie, but like not in a good way. Just check out the trailer. I won't play the whole thing.
I'm not watching it. I can't. Earbuds out, sir.
No way. So the reason Jay can't watch this, by the way, is because we were supposed to do this like a month ago.
Yeah,
I was like, Jay, watch this movie for this. He was like, okay, and then
and I watched it.
Got canceled, and he had to watch it again.
Mike's like, I was like, dude, I really hope like you get a hemorrhoid the size of a fucking like the egg that they used to bring back the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park on your asshole.
You watched it twice.
I did. I didn't want to, but I had to because I forgot about it. I purposely let it out of my mind. You watch this movie and you let it leak.
What would you like to order today? Do you want something meaty?
Did someone say pork?
Something lady?
Do you want it bloody?
So that's basically the movie.
Yeah. Listen, and the trailer actually looks better than the entire fucking movie. This movie is a hot trash can on fire in the middle of the Sahara, surrounded by fucking maggots and flies that can't wait to get a piece of that dirty ass fried up shit that they set on fire earlier. I think this movie is an atrocious piece of trash, in my personal opinion. If you like this movie, like Mike said, this is just my personal opinion. I feel like it was a trudge to get through. I didn't like the movie at all. I feel like it was a ripoff of everything that came before it. It was trying to be Scream. It was trying to be Nightmare on Elm Street. It was trying to be everything except trying to be a good movie. That was the only thing it wasn't trying to do, and it didn't succeed in any of that. They were so desperate to make Leighton Meester some badass fucking punk chick. They literally, in her room, they plaster the most obvious shit that she's not a badass chick that's punk. They plaster a Sum 41 poster. They plaster a Good Charlotte poster, a Blink 182 poster. They plaster.
There was a Blink. There was a take off your pants and jacket Blink 182 poster, which I
an
appreciate.
Avril Lavigne poster, and what the fuck? She was dressed like Avril Lavigne, like Skater Boy. And I was like, she is so far from a punk. By the way, also she was a lead singer of a punk band. She randomly was playing to 5 people at her dad's house. What the fuck is going on? There's a few moments in it that I thought was funny. The detective Crocker was all right. He kind of reminded me of
Stingray.
Yeah, Stingray, or he reminded me of like a Zach Galifianakis type of character. Like he was kind of like a comic relief, which thank God there was a few moments that I was like, yeah, that's pretty funny. Like I actually wrote it down because it was actually funny to me. So there's one moment in the movie where he's a detective, this Crocker is, with his partner. They roll up on a murder scene that this shit clown has killed people, and he's like, what was playing on the radio? Or Highway to Hell was playing on the radio. This is what the street cops the regular cops are saying. He was like, Highway to Hell, 6, Paradise Theater, great album. And then they're like, that'd be AC/DC, sir. Then he was like, Sergeant, I was rocking out when you were still shitting in your diapers. I think I would go. I think that was pretty funny. But then it just, prepare to open your mouth for a huge camel dick that's just going to stick it all the way down into your throat, and you're going to keep sucking that bitch until it's dry.
You said you wouldn't tell anybody about our luncheon this Saturday.
Dude, listen, I think there's one scene in this movie they try to be, they were like, oh, that's a burn. Like the bully, there's a bully, and I use that word loosely, that meets up with the guy that wants to be Tom Hanks' son. He looks like a Colin Hanks ripoff, the main guy in this movie. When they're like standing in front of the horror show, like the haunted house. Yeah. And he was like, the Abercrombie and bitch is what he called him. He comes up and he's like, what if I put my foot all the way up your ass? He goes, yeah, well, what I think you mean is your dick. And he's like,
that was actually kind of a good burn, though.
It was kind of a burn. I was like, I don't think it's the burn you're looking for. Like, you literally just offered your ass to be fucked by this guy. You think he's hot? Like, it's weird.
The opening sets all of the tone. The opening, like, you watch 12 minutes of this movie, you either going to finish it and love it, or you're not, you're going to hate it. We finished it, and I finished and then I stole the dog. But like, when the opening, it's these dudes, and it's literally the group of dudes from Can't Hardly Wait, like the ghetto dudes that were hanging out with like Seth Green's character. Was it Seth Green?
No, dude, it was Malibu's Most Wanted. Like, this was Malibu's Most Wanted with a horror tin.
Right, but like, yeah, that was. Yeah, those two dudes that you always get them confused anyway.
Seth Green,
Jamie Kennedy, and Seth Green. But like, it's like, damn, why are you always trying to fuck with my style? Like that. These guys are driving around, and they're with these girls in their truck, and he's like, and they're actually saying like the N word. Like he's like, these white dudes are like, yeah, I'm and all this stuff like that. And already you're like, god damn. But it's, I don't know. It's like if a bunch of weird juggalos made a movie.
Dude, that's weird that you said that. I literally told April after I was done watching it, I was like, when he was like, fast food kills, fucker, and they're doing this like gross ass, like try to gross you out shit, and like I was like,
we know somebody who would have made this movie.
Oh, dude, I was like, no, this motherfucking movie was directed by ICP, like produced by ICP, directed by ICP, produced by in partnership with WWE back in the day.
It was. They were dead serious though at the beginning. He's like, and the dude gets out, and the Drive-Thru's like, do you want to die with that or something like that? And like the corniest lines you could think of.
Gat, pull your cat back.
Dude, when he was walking, it's
Oh
like,
my
walking
God.
with my nickel plate, going to do some hate. I was like, what the fuck is this movie? And he walks in there with his gun. He's like, yo, homie, you gonna talk all that shit outside, but you too much of a bitch to come. He's like, that's why you work in this shithole. And then this thing comes out. And by the way, you hate these guys so much that when the thing comes out and it's literally just like and then the head fucking dude, where's my car? Murders him. You're actually like rooting for it. And there's decent kills. Like he puts one dude's head in the fryer and his face falls off, and it's kind of silly.
That was an all right kill. I feel like they did it better in the Toxic Avenger by Troma, and that was like years before this movie. It was just it kind of felt cheap. But I did like the microwave kill. There's one scene later on in the film where there's a microwave kill, even though it doesn't make any sense because there's a fucking hole that you can see through that her head is sticking up through. There's not going to have any heat or radiation hitting her fucking head, you moron. But anyway, I digress.
In the middle of the gymnasium, by the way, it's like, God damn, you guys must have spent $200 at fucking Home Depot just to get an extension cord that would go out to the fucking middle.
Did you catch that the father's last name was Carpenter, so they're trying to pay homage to John Carpenter. There's one scene in the film where Ronald McFuckle comes up and he's like, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. I'm gonna bash your fucking brains in. And he's like, does the Shining quotes, and I'm sure that in the director's mind, he is doing a very Scream-like approach and doing homage to these great horror movies that came before, and that he's making it ultra like meta and he's fucking stupid. This is like a bunch of friends that hang out in the garage and drink beer and smoke weed like Mike and I that decided, hey, we're going to go con a bunch of people to get a GoFundMe started so we can make a horror movie. And this is your goddamn result. Happy birthday. And again, I feel like this movie should have been called Drive-Thru to a Paycheck. Because everybody that was in this movie drove through to get a paycheck. There's no fucking way that Leighton Meester, who is famous for Gossip Girl, ever says, I want to give my heartfelt thanks to this film that came out in 2007, Drive-Thru, because if it hadn't been for this film, wow. No, they just wanted to have a fucking credit on their IMDb page that they were in a movie. Let's get serious.
If the Terrifier franchise is like Hot Topic, this was like Maurice's back in the day. Like,
no, dude, this wasn't Maurice's. This was like mo money, mo problems. This is like I have no money, no money, no problems.
It like there was, and honestly, like they actually got some stuff right though. Like some stuff they got like that whole like 90s kind of vibe. When the movie opens up, they show that first scene, and every time you see the killer, they like super fast motion it, so the killer's like moving in super speed and like slashing people, and it looks terrible.
It looks bad.
Yeah, definitely terrible looking kills or whatever when he's killing people. But then the movie starts and the credits start to come down, and these fuckers thought they were making Can't Hardly Wait too. Like she's in her band, and it's not even a punk band. Like everything about her is like punk, and it's supposed to be like punk, and she's like, you know, they're always talking about like politics and shit like that. But like when the opening's going on, she's playing. It sounds like a fucking Creed ripoff band. You know, it's like, oh, I just wish I banging my head on a Sunday
I know that you're
morning,
not singing that.
My head. Yeah. And then she goes up to a couple like kids with like frosted tips, and she's like, I didn't know that this was a banana Republican party.
Yeah, she was
and, like,
a bitch for no fucking reason. Like, they look cool. They were enjoying your shitty music. Like, why'd you kick them out? You had 5 people like there for your band, and like 2 of them that aren't your friends are there, and you just kicked them out. Like, cool.
I respect what they were trying to do with that, but like they just like threw the kitchen sink at you. Like you said, like every fucking corner of her room and her locker and everything was like Avril Lavigne and all that shit. And she's like,
they dressed her like her.
Yeah, I just want to get baked in the fucking bathroom, dude. It's like you're trying too fucking hard. Like, stop.
Dude, they literally went with what the trend was. They had like the hot punk girl kind of persona, and they were like, that's really hot right now. I'm youthic. So we should just make that our main character. And they might as well have cast Avril Lavigne to fucking do the same part as Leighton Meester, because I'm sure her acting ability would have been up to par with Leighton Meester in this film. And by the way, I you know, she's not, I don't watch Gossip Girl. I don't give a fuck. But at the same time, the acting No, man.
Don't lie.
So fucking yeah. Well, no, actually, it's Gilmore Girls. If you want to be a nosy bitch, but no,
I'm more of a Gilmore Girls.
I'm more of a
guy.
Gilmore Girls guy myself. I'm sorry that you're into Gossip Girls. I'm sorry. I hope you get help. But no, the acting is bad, and I got to be honest with you. The acting does not improve throughout the entire movie at all. In my opinion, it doesn't improve. Every scene is flat. Every conversation is flat. It just feels like they're reading script. There's one scene was like the boyfriend is like, God, I really love that lovable son of a bitch. It's like finding out that what the fuck did he say?
Because it was Porno the Clown or some shit, right? Like it was a porn
Horny
clown.
Horny the Clown.
Yeah, horny.
Yeah, it was like, oh, it's like finding out what the fuck did he say? It was so fucking bad. It's like something that me and Mike would have wrote. It was like it's like finding out Captain Kangaroo has pieces of green jeans in his icebox.
No, Captain Planet. It's like finding out Captain Planet has pieces of green jeans in his freezer.
Just shut the fuck up, Dwayne, and start the car. Like,
was that not the kid from the main guy in it? I don't know if it's him or not. Maybe it's not, but he acts the entire time like the main kid from Euro Trip. Like,
no, that guy, the guy from Euro Trip could act. No, the kid from Euro Trip could act. This guy
he felt the exact same.
No, the kid from Euro Trip was actually not that bad. This kid was like his first job. I don't know what the fuck was going on because they were like, dude, okay, if you guys ever want to torture yourself, watch the film and get to the pool scene when he's like comforting his girlfriend, and when he delivers that line, it is literally he's reading it off script paper and trying to be funny. It's so fucking obvious and it's bad.
But there's some good jokes in there too, though. Like when the Abercrombie and or Zombie Crombie and bitch or whatever comes in there, he's like standing at the fucking thing. He's like, oh, just I told you not to come so quick, you idiot.
Those are
and then they end up. There's some shit that will make you laugh.
Happy accidents.
Yeah. It's kind of like honestly, like this movie is like the entire thing. There are little moments for sure. Like there's stuff, and I get why, and I see some people in the chat who fucking love this movie. I do get that,
cool, man.
But it's like watching a like a 90s like hip fucking slasher movie made by someone who has no idea what subtlety is whatsoever. Like it's all like, yeah, bitch, I killed you, motherfucker. Yeah. And it's like, it's so fucking like there's zero subtlety. Like if you just sucked the suck zone subtlety out of the universe, this is the movie that they would present to you. Like it's so over the fucking.
And like, listen, if you like this movie, man, power to you. I like, God bless you, and I hope you have many children, and your legacy lives on in your ancestors. I think this movie is a big pile of fucking dinosaur shit, and I feel like they were cashing in on a trendy ass thing that was going on in 2007. It was obvious. I mean, it's obvious, really, especially if you grew up around then, you know what they were going for, and it didn't work. Only Leighton Meester went on and did some good things. I feel like personally, I don't even think it's not even a bad enough movie or corny enough movie to be funny because it's so bad. It's just a shitty movie. And with that said, there were some. I thought there were some moments to it, but goddamn, how fucking obvious can you be that your main villain, Horny the Clown, you want him to be Freddy Krueger so fucking bad, you might as well pull out a burnt dick and have him suck it and be like, I love the Prince of Darkness or whatever, and then have a picture of Freddy Krueger above it. It fast like food kills, fucker. I mean, that was your punchline. That's your tagline that you're trying to go for. Get the fuck out of here.
It feels like if one of the direct to Walmart, like American Pie 19, like National Lampoon movies had sex with a juggalo and made their version of Scream. Like, you know what I mean? Like there is no nuance. It is all like, it's just the whole movie is like, yeah, bitch, I cut your head off, fucking fool.
And here's the thing, dude. One of this is a movie I think is a try not to cringe movie. Especially the ending when the mother is talking to the daughter after
Jan from The Office, by the way.
Yeah, when she's talking to the daughter after Horny the Clown gets set on fire because somehow she didn't magically get burst into flame after he poured gasoline on her, and then she spit gasoline in his face while he was 3 feet from her face, even though the flame didn't connect to her. She was literally drenched in gasoline, right? She was drenched in gasoline. Then she blows gasoline infused breath, what we call morning breath, into his face with a flame, and it didn't like move back and catch her on fire. So right after that scene, they're sitting in the back of the ambulance after the mom rescued her, and that is the most cringy, fucking like fake ass crocodile tears. You know what? I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's fucking disgusting.
You know, I will give it though. I will give it and Mindless. I'm so fucking sorry that we didn't like it, dude. We have to be honest.
No, I'm not being mean to him. I mean, I'm glad he liked it. I mean, that's awesome.
I know you're not. I know you're not. We both, for both of us, we appreciate that. Like, you know, like I appreciate that. Like, you love this movie and you want to see our thoughts about it. This is just our honest thoughts about it. But like, I do appreciate having watched this movie because it looks like a bunch of people know exactly what we're talking about. And like, it's just, yeah, I will, at the end of the day, here's where I will go with you. And by the way, it does have Jan from The Office in it. That's the mom. I will go with 4. I will go 4 out of 10 because there are such hateable fucking, like, I love the 90s, like kind of punk vibe that sometimes squeaks through all the kind of like sort of corny MTV grind stuff. I do enjoy that stuff. And some of the kills were funny because like you hate the people being killed so much. Like that fucking douchebag got killed, you know, and stuff like that. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. That's what I don't know. I
feel like I'm Samwise Gamgee in Return of the King, and I'm telling Mike, I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. And then I pick him up. I'm giving this bitch a 2.0, and you're lucky you're getting that. Okay,
fair.
I will give it a 2.0. I feel like there were,
but Jay had to watch it twice. To be
fair. You're lucky it's not a 1, but no, I'm kidding. But it's a 2.0. I feel like there were moments in it that were genuinely funny. But I feel like it goes to that detective Crocker that they call Cracker all the time. I feel like he was the fucking only actor on set.
He had some moments. He did.
Yeah, I feel like he was the only one that actually gave a shit. Like everybody else seems like, again, drive-through paycheck. It was like, hey, I need to bolster my resume a little bit. I'll be in this shitty fucking movie produced by Fred Durst, directed by ICP.
I get a vibe that nobody got paid for this movie. This was actually like an ICP album.
Dude, this movie made more than the Christian Slater movie that came out a few years ago. It was like $3 in the theater or whatever. But yeah, man, it's not my cup of tea. I get what they were going for. I feel like they failed miserably. I feel like it just comes off as a very, very cheap ass attempt to cash in on the trendy shit going on during that time in 2007, and they're putting a horror makeover on the film, and it was terrible. I've seen fan films that have way less resources and way less talented actresses and actors do a better job of telling a story than this piece of hunk of shit. So it's a 2.0. So yeah, anyway,
we love you.
Take it, you drink it.
We love you, Mindless. We appreciate the thought, man.
Yeah, and I'm glad you exposed me to it. I had to watch it twice, and I will never forgive you for that. We'll never forgive you for that.
We love you, dude. Even if we don't love your movie,
I'm not gonna not forgive you for that. I don't forgive Mike for that.
That was my. Well, I mean, we had to cancel the stream, but I didn't know you'd already watched the movie before you fucking.
Listen, after the second time I watched this motherfucker, I should have like gold chains. Like I survived shootings. Like I should be on 50 Cent.
I texted Jay today. I said, I literally texted Jay today. I said, hey man, did you watch the Boogeyman yet? I was like, by the way, did you watch Drive-Thru for the stream? I was like, it's crack. And he was like, yeah, dude, I watched it. It's the second time I fucking seen it.
Yeah, I was like, it's even worse the second time. And I wanted him to know that I wanted to watch. I watched. I was ready to fucking do it, and then I let it leak out of my brain, so I couldn't remember it. So because at first I was like, no, I'll just go in. I'll just go in this bitch like fucking raw dog. I don't need to watch it again. But then I was like, shit, I can barely remember what it was about. And then I started watching it. I'm like, fuck, I gotta watch the whole thing because I forgot.
My memory's gotten so bad, dude, that I literally have to watch shit hours before we do a cover.
It was like trying to piss with herpes.
Thank you. I wish we loved it more, Mindless. I really do. And maybe he hates it too, and he just did it. I don't know. But Jonathan Hirado said it's only gay if you close your eyes. That is actually what I asked my wife. I was like, if I die early, will you please put that on my tombstone? That's what I need. You know, if it's only gay if you close your eyes. Guys.
You got to keep your eyes open like Arnold when he's lifting weights. Like this is just a thing. This is an obstacle in front of you that you have to dominate. If you're fucking that ass, just dominate it. By the
Yeah.
way, are you guys
Don't look
excited
away.
for the Chris Hemsworth Arnold Schwarzenegger? Was that the what in there?
No, that's not a thing.
Oh, that's Hulk Hogan. Never mind. Chris Hemsworth
yeah.
is working on the Hulk Hogan documentary, but no, the Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary is coming out. Is it tomorrow on Netflix or the next day? I'm this close to canceling my Netflix because I just got, was it like $15.99 or $6? I was like, I barely watch Netflix. I barely fucking watch it. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, oh, but they have that Arnold documentary coming out. So I have to stick around for that anyway. But I barely watch Netflix anymore. I do not watch it.
But the second that you cancel it, there'll be some shit out that you need to watch.
Well, that's what I mean. But but you know what's going to happen is they're going to give you that month free.
Oh yeah, that works.
You can fucking leapfrog Netflix all the time. If you cancel and they're like, oh, we're sorry to see you go, let us offer you a month for free. You can do this every fucking time.
That's true. No, they will fucking do you that way. I've thought about it too, but every time there's like something like I gotta watch that Arnold.
Dude, I got charged this month. It was like $15.99 for or 60, I don't remember, for Netflix, another 15 something for HBO Max. Now the Max, which is dumb. And then there was another streaming service that I have. I like, and it sucks to me because I'm like, what do I use more? I barely go on Netflix. Like HBO Max, I actually will frequent them. I'll actually go around HBO Max, see what's new in town. But Netflix, I don't give a fuck. I barely give a fuck.
It'll get you, dude. It'll get you. Those fucking subscriptions eat me up every fucking month. Even if you can write them off, they still fucking eat you up. David Nangle. The third, I don't know why I did that, Dave. Is it who's the dude that does the arcade? Who goes?
I don't know.
There's a wrestler that he gets on the thing. He goes, "Oh,
is that one of the Hardy Boys?"
No, it's fuck, not Dave Bautista, RKO guy. Fuck, I can't think of his
Randy
name.
Orton.
You guys will know. Randy Orton. Yeah, he gets up. He goes,
oh, he doesn't do that.
Yeah,
he ain't gay. He ain't drinking Bud Light. You bitch.
I'm drinking Bud Light right now.
Are you really?
David Nagel says.
What was? How much did they charge you? $2?
It's still the same price it's always been.
Fuck!
Can
we please get those discounted prices in Kentucky? I'm waiting on it.
Yeah, boycott it so we can get it cheaper.
No,
please.
They literally just lost $27 billion. I'm like, I'm not filling it. Yeah. I would like to go to the store and get a 35 fucking pack of beer for $8.
David Nagel says, how would y'all rank these random films? Snyder Cut, Hills Have Eyes remake, Psycho 2, Bone Tomahawk, Rambo 3. That's a fucking golden
David
question.
Don't come up here with these saucy questions. You know, there's a lot of things going on. We can't. That would take a whole video right there.
On the screen.
The whole video. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
I'll do it easily, dude. Number one is going to be not Snyder Cut. Snyder Cut's number one. Bone Tomahawk number 2. Hills Have Eyes remake number 3. Psycho 2. I do love it, but Psycho 2, and then Rambo 3. A distant queef in the wind.
Mike just ruined a future video, so I guess I'll do it too.
That's an easy one. That's an easy one.
I don't want to do. I was the Snyder Cut, Rambo 3, Psycho 2, Bone Tomahawk, the Hills Have Eyes remake.
You fucking whore. I disagree, but I still want to butt fuck later.
Okay.
Vanessa Catarina says, happy to catch alive. Just found out the guy I've been dating will be a dad, and I'm not the pregnant one.
What?
Hey,
what?
Oh, wait,
the
carry the 2.
fuck?
That's not good. That's not fucking good.
Vanessa. Oh my
You're
Lord.
You're saving my night. Thanks for always making me laugh. Love you guys so much. Vanessa, that fucking sucks. Fuck that guy.
God damn, Vanessa. Holy shit. Talking about waking up on the wrong side of the bed and the wrong side of life. Holy shit.
Not good.
Well,
not good.
Dump that guy in the ocean and fuck him. Not like fuck him literally. Because someone else already did that apparently. Move on with your life. You got a good thing going.
Here's the thing. That lady stuck with that piece of shit. You? Because the more money we come across, the more problems we see. That's probably not the right song I was looking for there. But you're free to drink pina coladas on the beach with whatever dudes you want and have a fucking party. That guy is stuck with 18 years with his side chick.
Plus 4.
Right? You win.
Plus 4. They always say 18 years. It's always 18 years asterisk plus more. Yeah. Because it's not, there's no fucking way. This is not the 1920s or the 1800s. When they turn 18, they go out in the old West and they start their own family. Like, you're going to be supporting them probably until they're in their upper 20s. But by the way, thank you for checking us out. We hope if we're making you feel better, and we will leave the light on. Like that song, "Leave the Light On." That's a great song.
Roxanne. Is that what you're?
No, it's
We don't have
"Leave the Light On."
Either way, hey, we've all, well, not in that specific situation, but we've been there, and our heart hurts for you. That fucking sucks, but fuck that guy. And again, she's the one stuck with him. You're the fucking winner chicken dinner at the end of the day, Vanessa. I hope that all works out for you. And it will. I can feel it in my tchotchkes. Nighttime says, "Hello, man." Or Invisible Man. Dude, that's so weird because I always get those movies fucking confused. Like in my brain, it's always a bunch of liquidy fucking dog shit movie stuff going in together.
Hollow Man,
Invisible Man, not bad.
Hollow Man, that's a sequel. The Hollow Man, dude, you know what? I'll pick the Hollow Man 02 because it's the first time I remember seeing Kevin Bacon as a bad guy, and he rocked the shit out of that role. I think he did a really good job. It also had stellar acting throughout, and I feel like it was a pretty unique movie. Invisible Man 2020 was good. It was actually surprisingly good. I didn't think it was going to be like that at all. But Hollow Man, when I first saw it, I'm like, this is pretty fucking badass, dude. Like, it's got the horror elements, but they mixed the action a little bit. It kind of felt like Deep Blue Sea or something of horror movies.
I don't know why, but the way you said that reminded me of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where he's like, "I like the way they mix the sex and the violence."
Yeah, it does sound like that.
Feel weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say Invisible Man because I never enjoyed Hollow Man, but I'll throw in Lawnmower Man too. That was a weird one that mixes in.
You like that movie?
I did. No, I didn't say I liked it.
I
did
actually did like that movie.
Pierce Brosnan was hot in that movie though, so you got to give that up to him.
Well, I was like, I saw the face of God.
Fucking Jeff Fahey or whatever.
Jeff Fahey. Yeah, he's actually good in that.
Yeah, I will say that he did go full Simple Jack though, which you're not supposed to.
You never go full retard.
He's like, I'm not gonna do that.
No, you still don't believe me? Ask Sean Penn. I Am Sam, 2001. Went full retard, went home empty-handed.
Ain't no cell phone on me. I'm head to told you. Cody.
No, wait, time out. Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks. Slow, yes. Retarded, maybe. Charm the wore braces on his legs. Charm the pants off Nixon. Won a ping pong championship. You know any goddamn retarded war heroes? By the way, dude, I gotta point this out. Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder is one of the fucking best roles. I swear to God, that is like goddamn iconic forever.
Is it? Give me a goddamn map.
For 300 years, that word has kept our people down.
Tropic, that we should put that up for a commentary, dude. That was,
dude. I don't know how we haven't done it yet. Like, it's one of the best
amazing.
ever. Les Grossman, Tom Cruise, one of the best outros ever.
Yeah, I will literally fuck your face.
He's like, "Oh, you're a fine American. Now shut the fuck up."
Cody Buchanan says, "Hear me, Richard Brake as the new Freddy, and have people that does Stranger Things direct Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, no. What do you think?" I will say Richard Brake, yes. Stranger Things, no. I think Stranger Things was great, but I think it's inundated and individuated. It's in it. You know what the fuck I mean? It's infiltrated our society enough as it is. God damn it. I think that this I think Stranger Things and Nightmare on Elm Street should be two just completely fucking different things, personally. But I will say Richard Brake has the look, and maybe it's Maybelline, but maybe he could fucking rock Freddy Krueger. He's a good actor.
Freddy. He's spicy.
Yeah.
I actually
be my lover.
I was like, I knew the name Richard Brake. I couldn't visualize his face, so I was trying to type.
He's the Joker dude from the Rob Zombie
I know,
movie.
I got it, but when I was typing it in, I messed up, and it typed in Richardson Funeral Home. But anyway, yes. Now that I'm looking at him, he does seem. Yeah, Richard Brake would be a great Freddy Krueger. As far as the team of Stranger Things doing that, fuck no. I feel like it would be very teeny bop. They got to make sure people come back. They have to have a cliffhanger where, is Pacey going to get with Joey? I don't know. It's going to be one of those kind of shows. And there's no way that Nightmare on Elm Street needs to be that. Nightmare on Elm Street needs to be a fucking mean, The Strangers type of who gives a shit what happens to these fool folk that fuck with me kind of situation. Okay. Yeah. But Richard Brake would be a great choice.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page there. Hey, I'm going to pee first this time, you fucking slut. But first, Tim C dropped another fucking bag of D's. And I mean D's. I mean D's
Wieners.
nuts. Yeah.
Okay.
Nut sex. He said.
All right. I don't want to
Goodness.
read that, Tim, because I don't like your flow.
He
I
said,
don't like
Jay,
what you're saying there.
the last 15 minutes of the last Patreon, after you guys talked about The Exorcist, your lamp behind you went on. Just now, that sign behind you went out and came back on. Not trying to freak you out, but call an electrician. Hopefully. I think he needs a priest, Tim.
You know, Tim, I like when you bring these problems that I have to my face in a live stream and not scare me, because I'm not scared. What the
I
fuck
wasn't gonna
do
tell
you
you,
mean?
but I did notice that too, and I didn't want to freak you out, but it was true. Like there's some weird shit that's going on behind you.
Well,
Sometimes.
I guess I'll be in a homeless shelter in about 2 weeks. I'll be streaming live with from my cell phone, because I will not be living in this home any longer.
It's actually April. She heard what you said about the shirt. She's
Maybe
like
she just-
floating.
Well, maybe she farted and it shook the room. Who the fuck knows? Tim, what are you doing? All right. God damn it, dude. It's almost 10 o'clock. This is why I don't watch Nuke's Top 5 or any of that fucking scary ass shit on YouTube at this time of night. And Tim, we're getting ready to leave soon, and you're bringing this fucking shit up. What are you doing, Tim? Yeah, it's randomness. Random that you wanted to cause me You know what?
That's what you don't want, though, dude. That's what
No,
you don't
dude,
want. You don't want to be talking some
Dude.
shit and then turn around and your wife is floating fucking behind you. Like, I
Well,
heard everything you said.
She was floating and then she died because I killed her. If she was floating and she died. No, listen, I don't even dude, if I get a suggestion on YouTube, because I watch those paranormal stuff late at night, if I get a suggestion, I go through and I delete the history of my YouTube so I don't get those fucking suggestions anymore. I do that shit. I literally one night I was laying in bed and I was like, I had my earbuds in. I was like watching YouTube, and I was watching. But then I went to YouTube just to take a break or whatever, and I saw this scary, because they always use fucking scary like the Ring type faces in their thumbnails. I saw that shit, and I'm like, time to delete my history. Because guess what happened? I didn't fucking sleep. I didn't fucking sleep just from the thumbnail, and then I started remembering all the shit I'd seen.
It's like when you were a kid, dude, and like you would hear like because back in the day when you didn't have the internet, a lot of you guys don't understand this. Like you would have your little tube TV on, and all of a sudden, like X-Files or Unsolved Mysteries would come on, and that theme would come on, and it would just sink into your soul. You'd be like, "Well, I guess I'm not sleeping tonight."
Well, I do. I literally, you have no idea how many nights I've went and acted like Michael Keaton, like hanging upside down when he's doing that swinging thing, like where I'm not even fucking sleeping because I can't sleep. And then April will be like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Nothing." God. Go. I was like, no, and then I'll be like, sometimes like, I'm scared. I feel freaked out. And she's like, what's wrong? And then she starts falling asleep again because she's tired. And then I'm like, you don't even care.
That's why the guy in Unbreakable got divorced. He was like, the last time I knew it was over was when I had a bad dream and I didn't come to you to comfort me. That's why they're
I woke up and told her, and then she'll be like, what's wrong? Like, God damn it.
Do you even care? Every time I look for you, the sun goes down.
It's probably not even that important. She knows, like, I literally, like, I get that shit all the time. I get freaked the fuck out. Like, I'll be like that, like, that kid in high school. Like, I'm badass. I don't care. I'll take shit. And then I'll watch shit throughout the day, like scary shit, and I'll be fine because I've been drinking or sometimes. And then all of a sudden, when I'm not drinking, all that shit fucking tsunamis on my brain. And I'm like, oh my God, why did I watch that? And then I have to go through and delete my history.
We're not going to be live much longer, but I do have to pee. I can't help it. My dick hurts. I got to do it. We are at 9:31, by the way, with our good man, Colton Candler.
Oh, by the way, I will say, Tim, no, it's fine, dude. He's like, fuck, now I feel bad. No, dude, it might be an electrical problem. I'm going to go with what you thought. No,
he deserves it.
I'm going to go with what you feel. Maybe it's an electrical problem.
Fuck him up.
As every leading character in a Conjuring movie ever said, it's an electrical problem.
Fuck him up.
Everybody's acting weird.
Fuck him up, Tim. Colton's at 9:31 p.m.
Okay. I will go up through there.
All right. God, my wiener hurts. I'll be right back.
Okay. I just want to go play an MMO. That means massive multiplayer online. I just recently... God, did you hear the squeak in my voice? Oh my God. Knights of the Old Republic. Some good shit. Colton Candler says, sup, dudes? Would y'all consider the movie Cobra a slasher? I think so. See y'all in a couple of days. Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to hang out with you and drink some beers with you and talk some films with you. Cobra as a slasher, though, ooh, I mean, yeah, maybe, but I don't think it's horror. I mean, it's weird when you talk about a slasher flick. That's most people like, well, that's automatically horror. Not necessarily. I feel like there's a slasher element to it, but I don't think it's horror. Not in my opinion. But yeah, man, can't wait to see you. Be safe. Arthur Vega, thank you for the super sticker. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Do we get like super stickers? What does that mean? But thank you, man. Bronson Wright Wolf, thank you so much, says, have you guys seen the Flintstones movies from 94? If so, what are your thoughts on John Goodman as Fred Flintstone and Rick Moranis as Barney Rubble? What are your thoughts on the movie as well? Actually, I saw that movie in theater, the Flintstones, and I think I bought it on VHS when it came out. I enjoyed it. I think it was a pretty solid film. I think they did a pretty good job translating the cartoon to the live action. John Goodman at that time was really, really good as Fred. And to be honest with you, I mean, how can you go wrong with the legend of Rick Moranis as Barney Rubble? And Rosie O'Donnell was good as she was Barney's wife. I can never remember Barney's wife. I'm stupid. I don't remember. She was good. Yeah, I enjoyed the movie a lot. I think it was well done, and I think it was a true adaptation of the cartoon. So, yeah, I enjoyed it overall. The second one sucked, asshole. Zach Desroches says, love you guys. Thanks for making the Amazon routes go by fast again. Hey, man. Hey, you're a true trooper, and I salute you, sir. And I'm glad that we're helping you out there on those routes. We needs our shit, okay? And you're the soldier on the front line, delivering the shits that we need to the homes that we need them at. Thank you, sir. Zach. Thank you. Bronson Wright Wolf comes back again with another left-handed punch, saying Beetlejuice, Dark Shadows, Edward Scissorhands, Sleepy Hollow, and Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. God, you put the whole title in there. Would all be great movies to play at a Halloween party. Would you agree with that? That's heavy on the Johnny Depp, isn't it? I mean, what Halloween party are we having here, Bronson? Okay. What the fuck kind of Halloween party is this? Jesus Christ. Yes. In some circles, it might be wonderful. But in my particular circle, I would take from that list, sir, Beetlejuice and Sleepy Hollow. I will not be showing all the other things, Bronson. Oh my God, Bronson, what the fuck are you doing? So Bronson Wright, by the way, yeah, read that. That is no in fuck way. That's a Johnny Depp. And I love Johnny Depp, but that's too much Johnny Depp. Shit, you're gonna walk out with nose piercings and all your fucking both earlobes and all your cartilage pierced and talking like a British person, even though you're not. If you go to a party like that,
just like Johnny Depp. Yeah, I would agree with you that like one of those, one of those,
Beetlejuice and Sleepy Hollow in this story.
Specifically, those would be the best choices. Absolutely. Yeah. Wasn't a huge fan of Dark Shadows or Sleepy Hollow. Sweeney Todd was fine, but not my thing. I agree with you on that, Jay. We are in solidified.
I'm going to go pee now.
Okay.
I'll be going by myself because my wife is probably sleeping or she doesn't care. And
who's going to hold it?
Me.
Can you just wait like 45 to 47 minutes? I'll be there.
God damn, this butterfly color.
I'll do it harmonica style.
Guys, can you please tell me in 2023 why the fuck do manufacturers insist on making dress shirts without a fucking collar? Or I mean collar button. Look, dude, look. No, look. Like now I'm in Greece, but even if I turn it down,
it'll work. You got to get it dry cleaned. The dry cleaners will fucking stiff that shit up, man.
Anyway, I'll be back.
All right.
Answer the question.
Oh, tits, McGee. Tits McGahee. Oh, how you guys doing? I was just outside peeing on the lawn. Hopefully none of the neighbors saw me. What's up, Chris? What's up, everybody? How's it going? I will say, I gotta say that, doing these, some of the nice things that you guys have said tonight on this eve, I too got to retort and say that when Jay and I do these streams, it's been really fun, specifically lately, and it's fucking nice, man. It's really nice. Like some of the guys you guys say, I retort back to you, like, you have those weeks, you feel kind of down. You're not fucking feeling your life so much. Things aren't maybe where you want them to be. You're not feeling your tip top self. But every single time we do one of these, I get fucking excited, and it feels good. And you guys do the same thing for us in response that some of you say we do for you. Now, some of you turn it on and you're like, I don't know why I watch this. It puts me in a bad mood because all these jokes aren't funny. And these guys make me wish that I just did something different with my day, like watch This Is Us on ABC. I don't know. But I will say this. There are those times. There are those times where maybe everything's not going so great. And you guys just seem to fucking put just that perfect amount of finger right inside of us. And sometimes we need it just as bad as some of you guys say you do. So I really appreciate you guys. I just want you to know that this is fucking cool, man. It's so cool to hang out with you guys, that you guys give a shit what we have to say and you guys want to hang out with us and talk to us. So I don't know what, if I'm saying anything, is that you can count on me to pleasure myself to all of you tonight, because it will happen. It will absolutely fucking happen. Ballad of the Broken said, Mike, do you like the song Ursula Finally Has Tits by the Queers? I don't know. You know what's weird though, dude? Like with all that shit going on in the world, it was so weird. I was at the gym the other day, and I actually posted this on Twitter. I was at the gym. I was on a fucking leg machine. So basically, I was just playing on my phone, and the song comes on. It's like recommended for you. It was a song by the Queers called something like "All I Drink Is Bud" or something. And this song came out back in 1996. It was way before the Bud Light and all that shit happened. And it was like, I don't drink Coors, I don't do this. It's like, all I do is drink Bud. Fuck you, or something like that. And it's a good song. It's a really good song. But I was like, that's so fucking weird that song came out in 1996 and it fits so much with so much stuff going in there today. You made me think about that. The Queers are fucking good, man. That's a good band. Sinister Creations, thanks, buddy. He said, you guys made it worth getting a Patreon, and the community feels just like a fun party. I'm glad I found this channel. Pleasuring yourself or not. Yeah, dude. It's crazy. We would not, this fucking pocket of time that we are in, and I know some of you probably feel like we maybe plug the Patreon a little bit too much, but I gotta say, this pocket of time, this thing that we're existing together with us, wouldn't be here without the Patreon. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't be able to be doing this full time and like doing this as much as we do. So we try our best to give as much as we can back to Patreons, and you guys reciprocate full force. You guys keep this fucking thing alive, man. We really do appreciate you, and I'm glad you're having fun with it, dude. So it was a dark night and it was cold. It was like 27 degrees outside, and Jay was outside, and he was like, dude, I can't find the house. I don't know where I'm going. I'm cold. I'm thirsty. And I found him in the woods, and I found Jay in the woods, and he was like, dude, please just put something warm on or in me. And I said, all right, Jay. And then I did. I bent Jay over. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, Ang Lee was there and took the whole fucking story and made a movie out of it called Brokeback Mountain. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, we could have got royalties off that.
That was our story.
That was our story. That really happened.
Our origin.
We have to keep on telling our wives that we're going fishing, you sons of bitches.
That's what we should start saying, by the way. Every time anybody's ever like, how did you guys meet? But like, well, have you seen Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah, it all started with a fishing trip. How much time do you have?
Just watch we made a movie. They made a movie about it.
I will say, dude, I forgot about how good this movie was, and nobody's recommended it at all to do a commentary on. But Sling Blade, dude, it might be maybe his best.
Billy Bob?
Yeah.
You know, I've never watched that movie all the way through.
You never seen that all the way? Oh
No.
my god, dude.
Never done it.
You just a boy. You ain't need to be talking like that. Like, dude, like it's so like oh man, it's so the Billy Bob Thornton's character in that is so disarming, and he did these violent acts. It's incredible, and John Ritter's in it as well. God rest his soul. He's one of the best actors and such a lovable dude for real. John Ritter, it seemed like he was anyway. It also had JT Walsh as the bad guy. JT Walsh was one of the best bad guys ever, underrated forever. And then it had the dad from Teen Wolf as the therapist. I mean, dude, it's such a great movie that you don't realize. Like when you watch it, it's so absorbing. It's like watching a documentary. You don't even realize it's a movie. It's so absorbing. The kid that's from Tokyo Drift is the little kid in that Billy Bob Thornton's character makes friends with. Dude, it's great. I can't believe you've never watched that all the way through. You sick son of a bitch.
Well, it got ruined for me. Like I like all the mashed potatoes.
You got in them biscuits with taters.
I think it got ruined for me. It was such a cultural, scary movie type joke. At the point I watched it, I was like, I can't even watch like 10 minutes of this without laughing or getting bored. So I'll have to go back. Maybe that is a good commentary.
It's great, dude. I think there's a lot of there's actually some horror elements to it. In the very beginning of the movie, actually, when the girl comes to interview I can't remember the Sling Blade the killer's name, Billy Bob's character. When he's like, I killed her dead, and the music comes on and the lighting, dude, it's so fucking freaky. It's so weird, and it's so it's sad too. It's scary, but it's sad. Man, what an incredible performance! I know that, like, some people will say Monster. What was it, Monster? The one with Halle Berry where he actually may have fucked her on set for real?
No, that was Monster. Or Monster's Ball. Monster's Ball. Yeah,
that's
they actually did it.
Heath Ledger shooting himself in the chest. I always want you to love me. And that was all fucking dude. Man, Billy Bob's been in some shit, huh?
Where's he been?
I don't know.
Where the fuck has Billy Bob been?
Probably trying to trade in that fucking vial of blood of Angelina and get some money.
Bad Santa was a ballsy movie too. That was a good movie. Both the Bad Santas, well, the first one specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Sinister. I already read that. And by the way, before I go any further, I was talking for a second about the Patreon and how that keeps things going. But I do also want to mention all you people who super chat and show up for this, same fucking deal. Exact same thing I said about that to you folks who just come here, hang out, super chat. Same fucking thing. Keeps this thing going. That's why we're here. That's why we're all existing in this fucking tube of the universe together right this second, is because of those folks. So even if you don't super chat, and you don't have to at all, you watching, the people who do super chat, the Patreon, just our sincere thank you to you guys, because that's why we get to have this wonderful fucking time together. We really are thankful.
You guys are champions, man. Thank you so much. And somebody, Clinton says, were they really banging? The rumor was during Monsters Ball, when they fall on the floor after they were having a little bit of situations on the couch, they were literally banging. And it almost cost the movie. I think there was there was a lot of problems. Like his dick entered her vagina, supposedly, in the movie.
It's a tough life, man. It's a tough life.
It was like, hey, it just slipped out. There was some cellophane paper that was supposed to separate our bodies, and my dick just said, nope. That's a good vagina.
Reminds me of Eminem's Guilty Conscience. What? You tripped, fell, landed on her dick?
Yeah, that's the rumor. You can look it up. There's a whole thing on the rumor of did Billy Bob Thornton actually fuck Halle Berry in that movie? And if he did, God bless him. He's a true champion and a member of Valhalla, that he will always be remembered for the champion stance that he took. And she enjoyed it. She actually wanted to have it. So it wasn't it was consensual.
It's tough life they live.
First off, do you know how they do the sex scenes? Have you seen how they do the sex scenes? They literally put like some like bullshit like cellophane wrap between your naked bodies, and you're like pressing against each other. There's no fucking way that you wouldn't have a boner. There's no way.
Tape it down. I gotta tape it down. I gotta take.
It's. I mean, yeah. It's like, well, be professional. Be professional, my sir. Like, I can be professional. My dick, on the other hand, is a Neanderthal who's barely understood what fire is.
That's true.
You've got a lot. You're asking a lot.
Friction alone will get it done. Friction alone will make it happen. And that's how you know it still works. Christopher Sampson, fly me to the moon like that bitch Alex Crampton said. Mike and Jay, you guys are funny as hell. Plus, John Winston is the national treasure. His ex-wife, though?
Yeah, man. I agree with you.
That John Winston is a fucking king, dude.
That goddamn John Winston is a is that fucking bounty hunter that just rolls into town once in a while and just
Like
delivers the goods. Yeah, he's probably a good looking dude with a great jawline, a great perfect 5 o'clock shadow. And you're
I
like,
imagine
man,
Jake Gyllenhaal.
yeah, you say, man, I don't know what we're gonna do about that outlaw. And John Winston rolls in, dragging that motherfucker by the heels, and be like, hang him.
Oh yeah,
That's what you
Yeah.
got to do.
That's
And
right.
then he just walks out, and then you see a little bit of sand flying through the air, some wind and a tumbleweed, and he just rides off into the sunset without a word. That's
specifically
John Winston.
Specifically Jake Gyllenhaal in that musical thing where he goes like and like walks into the dusk. That's him, man. Hey, but don't shortchange yourself.
And his ex-wife is like that bitch in Tombstone that just got addicted to fucking that goddamn pain medicine, just drinking and shit.
Go on. We don't need none of that in here. Hey, but you're not so fucking bad yourself, Christopher Sampson, you badass son of a bitch. I can smell it from here.
Yeah, he's a good looking dude. That's the kind of guy right there. Like, that's the guy you want on your side right there. That dude right there.
Look at him. I'd have a beer with that guy in a bar any fucking day. Bronson Wright Wolf says, I always imagine. Maybe I had some Bud Light. I don't know. He said, I always imagined Johnny Depp as Gomez and Helena Bonham Carter as Morticia.
Well, no, yeah, I could totally see that. If they ever remade the Addams Family movie and they cast Johnny Depp as Gomez, I could see it. And Helen Bonham Carter as Bottom Carter as Morticia. I could see it. And surprisingly, a lot of people, because they didn't know movies, they thought that Johnny Depp and Bonham Carter were together. They weren't. They just have a really good, strong chemistry on screen. But I feel like it's too on the nose. You know what I mean? Like if
that's
they
what
ever,
I was going to say exactly.
Yeah, if they ever redid Addams Family and Tim Burton was directing it and cast Johnny Depp as Gomez and Helena Bonham Carter as Morticia, I feel like it's just too on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just
try some strange, man.
Like, I'm not saying it wouldn't work. I think it would work. But it's like, goddamn, man. It's like, it's just too easy.
Yeah. Tim Burton and Johnny Depp need to take a break from each other. Try something, just different.
Fuck that. Johnny Depp's like, he's making me money, you cocksucker. I need jobs.
But I did hear that Beetlejuice 2 was going full practical effects, like in the original movie, which is exciting.
We hope so.
That'd be awesome. Colton Candler, good man with a pretty face, says, what's the chances of Spider-Man versus Batman Friday Night Fight? Both have 8 movies. I think it'd be close.
That'd be a good one. That's actually a really good one.
Maybe perfect,
dude. That's like the People's Champion versus the fucking People's Champion. We don't know. I don't know what's going to go down. I don't know. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
That is a good one. And maybe perfect for around the time the Flash comes out. Good idea, really Colton, you son of a fucking bitch. You know what? You know who else is a son of a fucking bitch? You know? Us. We're pieces of shit. And we don't deserve you guys, but we're happy that you guys hung out with us tonight. We had a fucking blast.
It was great.
I know I did. I know. It's like, Frank, everybody, the whole town knows you had a blast. It's like, honey, is KFC still open?
Yep. You don't know. We don't know. I mean, is it a 24-hour joint or does it close at 11? We're going to find out. We're going to find out.
Hey, Holly, I hope your fever gets better. You're fucking amazing. You're all fucking amazing. We're going to go because you know why? Because
we have more drinking to do off stream and feel sorry for ourselves and listen to music that makes us cry. That's what we're gonna do. I want to still feel, God damn it.
We're meeting at a Coldplay.
Do you guys ever do that? Like, do you guys ever go on YouTube or some shit? They're like, man, I'm drunk. I'm gonna listen to like some sad ass shit and see if I cry.
I do it far too often, especially this week.
I'll tell you what gets you, man. Type in 9/11. I miss you, Daddy.
No, I can't do that shit. That's
whoa.
Fuck, nope, dude. That went too far.
God damn, dude. No, I'm telling you, if you want to see if you're possessed by the devil and you have no feelings, that your heart is literally just a fucking ice skate. Like, it's just,
it doesn't take that much.
It's just frozen over of ice and people ice skate on it. If you want to know if that's true, watch that shit, dude. I swear to God, you'll cry. God, dude, I actually watch.
I know I will.
No, don't watch it because it'll fuck you up really bad for like 3 days. Don't watch it. If you shouldn't watch it. If you have kids, probably don't watch it. But I also watch the like Obi-Wan Kenobi or like Anakin. You and my brother Anakin. I loved you. I watch shit like that, and then I'm like, fuck, dude, it gets me. But yeah, anyway, I gotta go do that. Because I gotta feel human. I gotta go.
You went to the darkest of the dark.
No, it's not.
That's dark, dude.
It's not. It's finding humanity inside of people.
No, I don't blame you for feeling
sometimes I watch like Fathers Coming Home, and then I'm like, I'm crying. I'm like, I never had the courage to be a dad, but I like to see real good fathers embrace their children.
It takes way less than that for me. It just takes a couple songs that hit home. I can't go into like the purposeful fucking cry zone, dude. I land my plane there. I'm blowing up.
I guess I'm like fucked up. But I like literally seek out like things that will prick my heart just to see that I still have one.
He's got to empty the tank every once in a while.
But hey, man, this has been fun as fuck, dude. Like this has been a
yeah.
really good time, and this will probably be the last live stream that we do before the Tennessee thing coming up.
Yeah, we got a trip this weekend. We got
a trip this weekend. FrankieCon, if you guys get a chance to come out, it's going to be on Friday. We're going to be at FrankieCon. On Saturday, we're going to be hanging out with some good-looking, good-time Felissa Rose, famous for Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, wait.
We're going to do the commentary with her at the VIP party. So if you guys get a chance to come out to Tennessee, Knoxville area, me and Mike will be there on Friday. If we're going to be walking around looking at overpriced shit that we can't afford, but we'll be looking at it and maybe stroking our wieners, wishing that we were Bill Gates and we can't afford it.
Merch.
And come over and say hi. Just come over and say hi. But yeah, you guys should come out. You guys come out.
Hell yeah. Well, we'll see you guys there, and we'll let you guys know via social media or something where we'll be and what's going on with all that. We're going to
be walking around. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, we'll be at the convention walking around. Yeah, both days. Don't know exactly what times or whatever. We were going to do a booth. We're not going to do a booth now because we were uncertain about our times and all. It's just got fucked up with all that stuff. So we didn't want to have just an empty space in the booth.
Just look for my butterfly color. You'll see it.
We'll shoot a smoke system. We got green smoke.
I'm gonna put some fucking bedazzled shit on this, and it's gonna reflect light. So you'll see me walking through the convention.
We hope to see you guys if you can make it. If not, we will see you very soon, live or otherwise, naked in your laundry room when you.
Well, we're probably gonna do a live stream when we get back, probably on Monday or Wednesday or something.
Monday, Wednesday, something like that. Yeah, for sure. Depending on how dry we are of cum.
A lot of sexy things going on in Knoxville.
Toasted cheddar chalupa.
It's gonna be sexy.
That's what's gonna happen. Hey, we love you all. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We really love you guys. Have a good night, mate.
Have a good night.
I'm gonna squeeze your titties.
May all the booty come to your pirate ship.
Take what's yours.
All the booty.
Take it.
Take it.
Take my booty, Jay. Take it until the cows come home.
All righty.
Yeah.
I'm already there.
Oh yeah.
I'm all